Well, a very good morning and welcome to YouGarden TV. Lovely to have your company. Lots of you out there waiting to join us. I'm Shaun, not the Shaun that you might recognise normally. I'm a very good friend of Shaun Ryan's. I'm helping him out this week. So I'll be here with you today with Bex, the lovely Bex, as I like to call her. How are you, my love?
I'm very well.
Good,
Feeling
good
better
to see
today.
you. We've got a great show ahead of us. On Sunday morning, don't forget, we are live on Sunday from 10 a.m. It'll be Bex and Hayley on Sunday morning. So please make sure you join them for different plans, a different show once again. But we've got lots to tell you about, my word.
Yeah, lots of messages today.
Talk about offers. Well, we've got them all going on for you. Now, if you're not already a member of the club with us here at YouGarden, we would always recommend you join the club. The reason being, you get extra discounts. If you join our club, it costs you £5 on the auto renewal yearly subscription, and you get all of these benefits. First of all, you get 10% off every plant and accessory order. All the plants we're going to show you today, you'll get an extra 10% discount. And then you've got 5% off outdoor living and gift orders. You're going to get £20 worth of vouchers to use throughout the year. You can use one every 3 months and they come in £5 increments. And then you've got offers and advice. It's a brilliant way to join. The £5 auto renewal is the way to go for me. And then I've got lots to carry with me today. Now, you'll notice on the screen, you've got a little offer code, YGTV40. When you get to checkout, there's a little promotional code box. Make sure you put that in, YGTV40, because we've got some bonuses today.
Oh yeah, we've got the summer solstice bulb collections, and you will only get that if you put that code in. So you get that with your purchase. 60 bulbs included here, 20 of each of the allium moly, the trichlea, and the Dutch mixed iris there as well. Absolutely free in your basket with your purchase, as long as you enter that code YGTV40.
And that's all you've got to do. Make a purchase,
you
get those free bulbs. But on top of that, let's take a look at this one.
This one's the best one. We're getting free delivery on orders over £30. So easy for us to get over £30, isn't it, on our gardening purchases? Because there's nothing better to spend your money on than gardening stuff,
Year-round
right?
Gardening,
Love
most
it.
definitely.
Yeah.
And watch out for the bigger postage items and get them today whilst we've got the free delivery. There's loads for you to see. We've got 3 hours. We're live right through until 1 o'clock, aren't we?
Yeah, I know, 1 o'clock.
Then we've got an hour break,
That's
and
it.
then we'll be back this afternoon from 2 till 4, but we'll have some different plants on there, as well as some of your favourites. Where are we going to begin?
We're going to start with the Fatsia, right?
We've all been talking about it.
We are going to start with this one. Look at this absolutely stunning little beauty. I am totally in love with this. This is one of the ones that I wanted to bring forward. Look at the shape of that leaf. I love it. This is one of the ones I wanted to bring forward from into yesterday's shows, but I wasn't allowed. So it's brand new for us here today. I am totally in love with this for a few different reasons. Right, a friend of mine has got a Fatsia in their garden, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing all year round. It's grown really nice and big in their garden as well. It's so luscious. It's so lovely. On here, look at the different variegation that you're getting on those leaves. I love these palm-shaped leaves as well. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. This is all year round beauty. It is evergreen, and the best thing for me, having a very heavy clay soil garden, this actually loves it.
It likes clay soil.
It likes it. Oh my word, that's brilliant.
We've got one in our garden. I was telling Bex earlier, it's in a really tall pot. It's thrived and it's grown and grown. And because it's in a tall pot, it's just got taller and taller.
Yeah, absolutely. So this can grow. It'd be a lovely, luscious, thick, full bush for you. It can grow to about 2.5 metres by about 2.5 metres. In fact, my friend's one is a bit bigger than that, to be honest. Maybe they've got it in a really favourable location. I think it responds relatively well to a bit of pruning if you need to, so don't think that's a major problem. This is a workhorse though. You know, you don't need to worry about this one. It will thrive in whatever position you put it in. It's dramatic. It gives a bit of a tropical feature. It can cope with sunshine. It can cope with part shade. It's evergreen. Also, mature plants will produce these lovely little flowers on there as well. Plus, it'll get these purple berries too. So creamy white flowers and purple berries on there once it matures and gets a bit older. This one is a definite one to add in your basket. If you are a club member and you've got one of those £5 vouchers to spend, I would definitely be adding this. Get it down to that $9.99 price point, and then add a couple of the other amazing things into your basket to get it over that £30. top tip for today, definitely please add that one into your basket. I am buying that one.
So excited, as you can see, Bex is, about our fabulous Fatsia that we've got for you. Everyone in the building's really excited. If it's your first time joining us, there's lots of ways to watch us here at YouGarden. You can watch us on Facebook. If you want to message us on Facebook, we'd love to hear from you. Give us a shout and we'll mention you on the show. Elaine's here. Good morning, Elaine.
Elaine's here. Good morning.
Of course. You can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on the YouGarden website, and when you go to the YouGarden website you'll see a little TV logo. Just click on there. You can watch on catch up at any time, as well as the live shows. You can see on the website, on your PC, on your laptop, you've got the YouGarden emblem just at the top there. On your phone it'll be at the bottom, on your tablet same, it'll be at the bottom of the screen. Click on there and it'll show you all the offers, it'll show you when we're live, it'll show you our latest live show, or we can catch up on previous shows. Oh, we've got yesterday's shows there already for you. So check everything out, but make sure you take advantage of the deals and use the code on your promotional box, YGTV40. That will not only get you the free gift, 60 free bulbs, it'll activate all the other codes. We've got lots of buy one, get one frees. We've got loads of deals going on.
Oh, there's so many. I mean, we've got a buy one, get two free. We've got some half price deals on garden ready plants as well. We've got the usual deal going on the compost, which is an amazing one.
Compost, brilliant. It's an essential,
like
we always say.
There's lots going on, and what we're trying to bring you here at YouGarden is things that are of interest in your garden right now, or things that you should be doing in your garden right now. So
to take us through.
Yeah, to take us through, because gardening is all year round, and gardening is for everyone, and that's definitely the community that we're building here at YGTV.
That's exactly it. And don't forget, spend over £30, you'll get free delivery on your entire order. Use the code though, YGTV40. Let's go for a little walk, shall we?
Yes, let's do it. We're going to talk about something brand new today as well. So we've done the Fatsia, but the Ophiophagon.
I love it. Ophiophagon.
This is another new item for us today. I think this one's going to be really popular as well.
Love it. And again, really unusual. We try and bring you all your favourites, regular plants at great deals, but then we like to bring you things that are a little bit unusual, like you say, Bex.
Yeah, this one is so unusual as well. Okay, so this is a grass-like plant. It's not actually a grass, but it definitely looks like one. And we know that grasses are incredibly popular at the moment. They're just enjoying a bit of a resurgence at the moment. The ornamental grasses, our pink pampas that we've had on recently, that's done really well. Look at the colour of these though. This is almost, I mean, it is actually black. There's a lot of plants out there that say they're black that aren't quite black.
Nearly black.
This one is. I mean, it's beautiful. Can you see the lovely green bits of shoots that are coming out there that actually stand out really beautifully against the black bits as well? This one is almost indestructible, ridiculously hardy. Royal Horticultural Society have given it the Award of Garden Merit, so they've tested it and said this is a proven performer in your gardens. It's a nice compact variety in actual fact. We're not talking about massive. This is maybe 20 centimetres high, but it's going to spread for you. It's going to spread by about double that, maybe 40 centimetre spread. So when we're talking about ground cover, this is going to be absolutely brilliant for that. I imagine in rockeries this would look really good as well, because it's not going to get too tall. That's absolutely brilliant. It's evergreen, or should I say ever black. It's always going to look, like that. And it's really versatile because this does well in shade or sun or drought or wet. So, it doesn't really matter where you put this. This is going to do okay. This is why I said it's almost indestructible. Yeah. Like you can treat this one quite roughly. It's not going to be a problem.
Good to go.
Yeah, and this colour, it's a bit like when we talk about our lobelia, Queen Victoria, later on, where it's got the really dark colours on it. It actually really helps to make other plants stand out around it. When you put some green next to it. In fact, let me grab. I'm going to grab one of the ferns that we've got on later on.
Okay.
This is one of the new items for later. It's going to be one of the new items for later on. But look,
that is good.
Do you see what I mean? When you put something else next to it, the contrast is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So it makes the other plants stand out, and the other plants make it stand out. This is why these are really valuable, sort of versatile plants for us to have in our gardens. And you're getting 3 of these included as well.
If you love your gardening, this really is the place to be. YouGarden TV. We've got such great deals. You're going to get 3 9cm pots here for $19.97. Now, when you are shopping with us, whatever you're shopping for, you always need that item number at the top of the screen. So 560219 is your item number for the black dragon grass there. Oh my word, I've got a feeling we're going to be busy on these new plants for you. The Fatsia we showed you right at the top of the show, isn't it stunning? So unusual. It's a £5 saving, 510910. As Bex was saying, she's got a friend who's got it in a garden. It's got huge, it's a bush-like Fatsia. It's grown into a great shape in their garden. In my garden, we've got it in a tall pot, and it's just gone upwards. It's stunning. And yours could be stunning too in your garden at $14.99. Now, everything delivery-wise, Bex,
yes,
is so well done, isn't it? It's all speciality packed. We're right in the middle of the nursery here. Love it, in the potting shed. It's all going on around us, isn't it?
Yeah, in the building, just that way, in fact. That's where they sort of pack all the plants. You'll see everybody out with their trolleys and picking all the products, and then they pack them over there. But yeah, every single product, depending on its shape and size, has its own speciality packaging.
Fab.
The idea is, obviously, we're sending live plants through the post to you, so it needs to get to you in the best possible condition. It needs to be looked after. So it's all been carefully selected and packaged so that it does get to you in the best possible condition. All the packaging is fully recyclable, so obviously there's an environmental concern there, and we do try to make sure that everything, I don't say try, we make sure that everything is fully recyclable for you. It's obviously been in the dark in the post for a couple of days, so all we ask is that you give it some attention as soon as you receive it. Take it out of the box, show it some light, give it some water, maybe talk to it a little bit.
Have a little chat.
Have a little chat with your plants.
How was
it's always
journey?
a good thing. What route did you take? Which road did you go on? But yes, give it and just let it settle, and then you can start thinking about what you're going to do with it.
Brilliant. It's such a great service here. A busy start to our show. It's lovely to have your company. I'm Shaun, this is Bex, and we're going to take you through right until 1 o'clock this afternoon. So next up, we've got a really popular plant from yesterday.
Yeah.
I say plant, this is a bare root we're talking about.
Bare root plants, yes. So we're talking about the geranium and potentilla festival mix, because look at the festival of colour that you're getting with these. Now, these are bare roots that we're going to be sending to you. They come to you in this bag here, and you'll be able to see through the bag. In fact, I might open this one. Can I open this one?
I don't know.
I'm doing it.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm doing it.
Say it was me. I'm not here tomorrow. On Sunday.
It was Shaun's fault.
Shaun said
he made me do it. Right, let's get into this one.
Now, when you do see these, when you get them out, they do look a bit unusual. They're not the prettiest,
wow.
are they?
Wow, look at that.
All roots.
Okay, so that's exactly what we're talking about. It is a bare root, okay? So it's a root that's got no, soil around it. It's not in a pot. It's got no compost around it or anything. This is in a dormant... Oh, it smells amazing. Oh yeah, it's in a dormant state right now. So it's like it's fast asleep. But what's important when you get it home is you've got to show it some attention. You've got to give it some love, because what we don't want is for those roots to completely dry out, because then there's a chance that your plant will be dead, basically. So that's one of the important things. But bare roots, when we shop for bare roots, it's really good value.
Yes.
Because you're not paying for somebody's time for potting it on, growing it on. You're not paying for the materials, for the pot, for the compost, and somebody's time to look after it. So bare roots represent absolutely excellent value for money. Gardeners love a bare root because, it's a bit of a cheaper way to buy your plants.
You're right at the beginning of the journey. We said this yesterday, didn't we?
And it's quite good fun to take that plant on that journey and plant it out. It's very easy to do as well. All you need to do when you get it home is soak it. Give it a good soak in some water, at least 3 or 4 hours, sometimes overnight if you can. In fact, I've got some bare roots. They've been soaking overnight. I need to get them out, hopefully later on when I get home. So soak them and then plant them out wherever it is you're going to plant them, whether that's in pots or whether that's out in borders. It's not a problem. Depending on the plant, you can choose to do that. You just need to do that as soon as possible when you get them home. And often with bare roots, what you find is you actually get bigger, better, healthier plants just because of the nature of the way that, they're lifted out of the ground and all the rest of it. They take a little bit longer to establish, but in the long run, you get a better plant from it.
And when we talk about this mix,
yes.
Now there's a great story with this.
Oh, my
We've
word.
been waiting to get these to air for a few weeks.
We have indeed. So we get sent a show list every week to look through.
Yeah.
Always exciting. I love that. And it's been on the list for the last 2 weeks. But then we come in to do the shows and Stuart goes, no,
Not there.
No,
not
can't
arrived.
have it. Sorry, can't have it.
But it is now.
It is this week, and this is why it's been so, well, not the only reason. We knew that this one would be popular, and we're so excited for it because it is one of the absolute best mixes that we're talking about. They are not tender bedding plants. Please don't mistake these for those other bedding plants that you can get. These are winter hardy perennial plants. Easy to grow, long flowering, low maintenance, tolerant of lots of different soil types, just giving you the absolute riot and festival of colour that you want in your gardens right the way through from May to October. Lovely height and spread here. We're talking about 40 by 45 centimetres, but it's that mix of colour from a low maintenance plant that's going to give you such long lasting interest here. They naturalise easily as well, getting bigger and better every single year.
Postage is included in your price on this one. It's just $14.99 and you get 6 of those bare roots. But what a colour palette that you're going to get there. And if you are filling your basket up and you go over that £30, remember you'll get free delivery on your entire order. Even if it's got postage on it, if it's over £30 on your basket price, you'll get free delivery. Got to use the code YGTV40, and that's not all you get, because you're also going to get this pack of bulbs.
Yeah.
With every single order, 60 bulbs in here, Ben.
60 bulbs in total, yeah. 3 different varieties and 20 of each of those. And these are lovely summer flowering ones. You get your allium moles. I think they reach about 45 centimetres in height. These are the lovely yellow ones, really bright colour here. May, June time, they're going to come into flower. We're getting the tritelias. They're a bit shorter, about 20 centimetres in height. Plus you're getting your Dutch mixed iris included in there as well. Lovely colour mix going on there. But they're free. This is the thing, right? They're free bulbs. As long as you're buying something else and as long as you enter that code in there, they will automatically get entered into your basket.
It's really important that you use that code because it opens up all the deals. YGTV40, it opens all the deals. It'll get you that free gift, the 60 free bulbs, and if you spend over £30, you'll get your free delivery. Now, I was very excited when we saw this next collection. We're going to talk about primroses. For your winter garden, it's absolutely spectacular because this is what you're going to have in your winter garden. These are garden-ready plants.
Oh, I love these.
Now, 20 of them for $14.99. Again, great value here, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant value, for sure. So these are your hardy primrose collection. Garden ready is what we're talking about. Let's pop one of these out and let's see what we mean. Oh yeah, look, nice and moist there on the compost, and you can see those roots there forming at the bottom. These are garden ready. They've been grown on. You can see the lovely white healthy roots growing through here, ready for you to plant out into your borders, into your pots, into your window boxes. Primroses are a lovely compact plant. They don't get massive at all. We're talking 20 by 20 centimetres. So this is where they look. In fact, you know those pots that we've got, the pack of 10?
Oh, yes.
They're at the front, aren't
I
they?
think I've got one up here. I can reach this one. I think
He's taller than me. These will look absolutely brilliant in these lovely little pots that we've got, because one of those in there is going to fill that out absolutely beautifully.
So just one?
Just
Brilliant.
one in there, because 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres, it'll fill that out absolutely beautifully. So you can get a pack of these, because they're in a pack of 10,
Pack
aren't
of
they?
10 these are.
Yeah,
they're
and these will look great.
$14.99 for 10 of them. The pots themselves are they're UV resistant and they're frost resistant, great all year round, and they don't crack.
And they've got the drainage holes in the bottom there as well, a good amount of them too. So these are really, really good. And with the primroses, because you're getting 20 of them, and these are a pack of 10, so use 10 for your pots, and then you've got another 10 to use elsewhere. Yeah. Great. And primroses, they don't mind a bit of a shady spot either. Okay. So these aren't going to need completely full sun. They don't mind sun. If you can put them in sun, great, but they don't mind a bit of shade either. So these are really versatile little plants, and they're going to give you lovely winter colour, because these are going to flower for you. I mean, they're almost ready to burst into colour.
They're so healthy, aren't they?
Really
Look how
healthy.
green and rich they are.
So luscious, the foliage that you get on here. And they're going to flower for you sort of from about November time all the way through to, probably right the way through to April, maybe even into May if you're lucky too. to. Occasional deadheading required, but don't worry too much. They will form some lovely clumps as well, so you might be able to divide them. Primrose, we love them, don't we?
They're a winter staple, aren't they?
They are a winter staple, along with your pansy cool waves,
which we've also got on the show.
Yes, I would definitely be adding primrose in there as well.
So 410035 is your item number for your Primrose Benelli. $14.98 and the postage is included, and you're going to get 20 garden ready plants there. Fantastic deal. Now, we just mentioned...
We did, we talked about it, didn't we?
Pansy Cool Wave.
Yeah, the Pansy Cool Wave, definitely primrose, pansy, add them into your basket. Do both of these because they are both going to give you amazing, amazing winter colour. Pansy Cool Wave, best trailing pansy ever. I don't care how bold that statement is. I love it. And
you're bold.
I know, I'm feeling really bold today. I'm totally standing by it because it's beautiful. I love the colour mix that you get with the Pansy Cool Wave. I love that they're going to give you 9 months worth of colour. These are flowering now.
It is
so
9
good.
months.
They're look at those colours.
Yeah.
They're really pretty. Right the way through till May time, these are going to flower for you. It's such a long flowering season. And when you think that we're entering some of the coldest, darkest, most miserable days as far as weather is concerned.
Yeah.
I don't mind, we quite enjoy it. But you're going to get this gorgeous colour going on.
You'll still have that colour in your garden.
Still have it. And again, another versatile one. These are great for your hanging baskets. I've got some, I just need to get some compost because I haven't got any compost left. But I've got...
What is wrong with you?
I know, right? I need to get that order in. I don't know how I let it happen. It just happened.
I'm embarrassed.
But if you're doing your hanging baskets, then Pansy Cool Wave, absolutely. I've got some of the Easy Fill hanging baskets, with the gates around the side so that they stick out the side and you get that lovely kind of ball shape going on. But if you've got the ones that are, top loading, you can do that because these will gently trail over the edges. They trail by about 40 centimetres. So you can get that lovely ball shape going on with these. You can put these into your pots. Again, if you go for those Alhambras, the pack of 10, you could put one of these into each of those
and it'll
pots.
Fill right out
yeah,
again.
Because these will spread 40 by 40 centimetres.
Gosh. That'll be lovely, and then it'll trail over the side.
Absolutely. One of these will be fine. Once it's grown on a little bit, it'll fill it up. Shaun would probably put 2 in there because he admits himself he's an impatient gardener. He overfills things. But yeah, you could get the Alhambras and put them in there. You could put these into window boxes and they'll gently trail over the edges. They're just going to give you so much joy over the winter months, and they're hardy down to like -25. These are not a plant that you need to worry about. Bit of deadheading, to encourage those blooms to come through, and of course they're edible as well. You can put them on your salads and make your plate look all fancy and colourful if you want.
Now
Shaun always eats one. He always eats them.
Does he like a nibble on
He likes to eat them.
on the Pansy Cool Wave. Now these are a buy one get one free deal.
Yes.
You don't have to put 2 in your basket. You put 1 in your basket and then you use the code YGTV40. We'll put another one in the basket.
That's right.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
So we do all the work for you on the buy one get one frees, but you've got to make sure you use that code. You are going to get that free gift as long as you use the code, and if you spend over £30, if you use the code, you'll get free delivery on your entire basket. So much to talk about today. So that's your Pansy Cool Wave. You'll always need the number at the top of the screen, remember. 400-967 is your item number for your Pansy Cool Wave. Now, we didn't get to these yesterday, did we?
No, we didn't. So, slap on the wrist here. But Agapanthus Poppin' Purple. I love
Poppin' Purple.
Poppin' Purple. I love the colour, first of all. I'm a big fan of purple. I think it's my favourite.
Purple shades in the garden are lovely, aren't they?
Love it, love it, love it. And Agapanthus, of course, we love the Agapanthus. Lovely firework displays of flowers that you get from these, all the way through from, they sort of start around June, July, August, September is when you get the flowers from here. Nice long-lasting flowers, nice sort of strappy green foliage at the bottom. A bit more compact. We've got a massive, great big blue Agapanthus for you coming up later on, but this is a slightly more compact variety. We're only talking maybe sort of 60 centimetres in height here. But these are a perennial, so they are going to come back for you every single year. They get bigger and bolder every year as well. Now is the perfect time to be planting out your perennial plants. We've got really good soil conditions, really good ground conditions. conditions. You want to get ahead. You want to get ahead of next year. If you plant now, your perennials will get lovely root structures. They'll settle in, which means that they'll have a head start next year. You'll get bigger, better displays next year. This is the time. It's perennial planting time now. You can do it next year if you want to, but you won't have as much of a head start.
That's what we said, getting ahead of the game.
Get ahead of the
game.
So
your garden is garden ready.
Gardening is all about sort of forward planning. There's certain things you do and you can get some instant impact going on, but it is about that forward planning, and this is what this one is.
And then when they start to appear, it's that reward for you, isn't it?
I think it's just one of the nicest, most rewarding things to do. Plant something and then, watch it grow. And the firework explosion that you get from these flowers, I love the way that they open. It does look like a firework, and you get some of the blooms opening, and then you can see some of the buds that are waiting to open, and they sort of open successionally. It is really, really interesting. Now, your Agapanthus is winter hardy, probably needs a little bit of protection from the worst of the winters.
Okay,
I would
the real severe
always
winter.
recommend mulching anything, to be honest with you, whether it's winter hardy or not. It's really good. It's a good habit to get into. Mulch, it suppresses weeds. It helps with water retention.
And we say it's like a duvet for your plants in the winter. In fact, we've got Strolch on the show, haven't we?
It's a good option.
This is a brilliant product. I'd never heard of it until I worked with YouGarden. Strolch is a mineralised straw. First of all, it keeps the slugs away, which is fantastic in itself. Do you know, we came back to where we live here the other day, and it was like there was a march of slugs marching out of the garden away from our pots.
There's loads of slugs and snails at the moment. I have noticed there's quite a lot of them.
But this is going to deter the slugs. Like Beck said, it's also a weed suppressant. It's also looks great in the garden. So on your pots and your planters, on your borders, it makes your borders look really uniform.
It makes them look really nice. Yeah, it stops those weeds coming through. It's excellent at retaining the moisture in the ground. So it's not just about winter protection. It's not just about making your garden look neat. There's loads of different benefits for using some kind of mulch. We recommend Strolch because it's got all of these different benefits. But when it comes to winter protection, it's just important to mulch, whatever it is that you're using. This is our recommendation. But just use some kind of mulch. It's really good.
It's a 9-kilo bag as well.
I know, and delivered direct to your door, I struggle lifting things like that. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there and watching now who will struggle to go to the garden centre and lift that and hump it into the car and then hump it to wherever it needs to go. This is delivered direct to your door, and it has such amazing properties. It's
postage
brilliant.
Included on that one as well, so you don't even have to worry about the postage. 100,086 is your item number there. I'm just going to remind you of the Agapanthus quickly.
3 of those.
3 of them. Great deal once again. 3 9cm pots work out less than £5
I'm gonna get
each.
one out.
It's on its way out.
Just a quick one.
560963 is your item number on your... Oh, look at that. That's brilliant. That is so ready to go, isn't it?
This is what we mean. I mean, these are plants that have been really seriously looked after here at YouGarden. There's lots of enthusiastic people here that really do know what they're doing when it comes to looking after plants. They're healthy. They're ready to go into the ground. Just remember that your Agapanthus likes its roots to be hugged. So if you're going into the ground with it, line the hole with stone so that it feels like it's being hugged. Some people bury pots into the ground if it's going into borders.
Yep.
It's an excellent pot plant because it likes its roots to be hugged. So there's lots of things you can do that will help it, basically. I did it a few years ago. I planted out an Agapanthus and I didn't know at the time that they liked the roots to be hugged.
Yeah.
It still hasn't flowered to this day.
Yeah.
One day I'll dig it up and do something with it.
But we did the same thing, except we put it in a pot, but the pot was too big.
Too big,
so
exactly.
it didn't flower the first season, and then as it grew into the pot, it flowered the next season.
Yeah, mine's not. It's not doing anything.
Yours is just spreading and spreading.
Maybe 3 or 4 years.
We need to dig it
now.
up. We'll do it on the way home.
I might do it.
We'll come with you and do it on the way home. So that's your Agapanthus deal, 560963. Now we're talking about a real variety of planting in the garden. We've done garden ready. We've done bare roots. You want instant effect? These are the ones to go for.
Yeah, instant holiday effect as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cold today. You can see I've got my jumper on today. It's getting a bit chilly, isn't it? If you want to feel like you're on holiday, if you want to look out the window and just be reminded of some lovely holiday that you took over the summer, this is definitely the deal to go for, because you get You get 2 of these, don't you? You get 2 of these included in your deal today.
You do. You buy one and you get one free.
Woohoo!
There it is, right there on the screen. Now, they're 60 to 80 centimetres tall.
Yep.
Obviously, the nursery will try and match up so that they're a nice matching pair for you. So if you want to put them either side of a doorway. Now, with the buy one, get one frees, you don't have to add 2 into your basket.
No, you don't.
All you've got to do is put one in your basket and then use the code YGTV40. We'll put the other one in there for you. $19.98. There is postage on here. However, spend over £30, which is, like we said, it's easy to build
the
a basket.
Fatsia
Yes. They'd be a lovely
That's my
mix,
top
actually.
Fatsia. I mean, there's lots of them, but put the Fatsia
Go
in.
over £30, you'll get the free delivery. If you keep doing this, there'll be none of those left by the time you come off, so be
Don't
careful.
put the Fatsia in.
Do it.
Don't order the Fatsia.
So, when it comes to this, we said instant architecture,
Yeah.
Mediterranean look.
Love them.
Great size for this price
Yeah,
as well.
really
They
good
work out
size. In fact, let
£10
me
each.
pick one up because we've just put them into some pots to sort of display them for you. But this is the size that we're talking about that you will get delivered direct to your door, and this is instant impact.
Yeah.
So if you want to make a difference straight away to your garden, to your, a veranda, a balcony,
Just
or
a
something like
balcony,
that,
yeah.
that would look absolutely brilliant. It is going to be an instant change and an instant impact out there. These are winter hardy down to about -5 as well. So in most places they're not going to struggle too much. If you want to protect them, again, get a bag of mulch, mulch around the top. You might want to tie the fronds up if you're in a particularly exposed area and it gets really windy. But in most areas, these are going to be absolutely fine. Now, in their native Canary Islands, they can reach silly heights. They can reach 10, 12 metres in height.
Huge. We've all seen them, haven't we?
We don't expect them to reach those kinds of heights in this country. They might do if you live down south, maybe. Maybe you'll get some really, really tall ones if you plant them out. But generally, we think that they will stay, much smaller in this country. And certainly, if you don't want them to reach those kinds of heights, they're an absolutely excellent pot plant. You can restrict the size of anything by sort of growing it in a pot. But this is dramatic. It gives you holiday feel. It is evergreen. They will always look like this all year round. Imagine what they're going to look like on those gorgeous sunny days as they get a bit taller and the shadows they're going to form on the ground. That's going to be beautiful.
Even in that winter sunshine, when it's a really
winter
crisp,
sunshine's
cold
lovely.
day, and you get that shading, like you say, those shadows cast.
And as these fronds get a bit longer as well, can you imagine the kind of movement you're going to get from those? I think they're really, really pretty and excellent value today.
They really are. They work out £10 each on that buy one, get one free. So 680005 is your item number. You must use the code YGTV40 and we'll add that second one in. And on top of everything else, today we're going to give you 60 free bulbs with every single order. As long as you use the code YGTV40, we'll add this into your basket and we've got 60 bulbs here, Bex.
Brand new, well, not brand new, sorry, for free basically. So with purchase, you're going to get 60 summer flowering bulbs absolutely free. 20 of each of these. The allium moly, the Dutch iris that you just saw, plus the trichlea as well. I like the idea of the I've never grown them, but the trichlea sound interesting to me because they don't mind a clay soil either.
Oh, she's obsessed with her clay soil today.
I'm so sorry, you're going to get bored.
It's not all about your clay soil,
It's all about me. It's all about me and my garden. No, it's not.
It's all about everyone's garden,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
But this is what we do at YouGarden. It's gardening for everyone.
And that's what I love. We make gardening inclusive for everybody. Whether you've got just a little patio, just a balcony, or you've got the biggest of gardens, we've got something for everybody.
Yeah.
You must use the code YGTV40 is our code this week. YouGarden.com. If you want to watch on there, you can watch live on there. You can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Facebook. Now, where are we going to go next?
Compost?
What should we go to?
Oh no, my favourite.
See what you've done? You've created a frenzy with the Fatsia.
Oh, I do love the Fatsia though.
We're going to have to take it away.
Is it going really well, Stuart? People loving it.
Oh, that's good, because we all loved it, didn't we? All three of us. Stuart, who's in charge of pretty much everything, really, here at YouGarden in the potting shed.
Look at the little baby leaves coming out.
That one's so cute, isn't it?
I love this.
It's gorgeous.
I love the different leaves as well. So as they're maturing, they're getting more of this lovely, shading and colour to them. And here we've got more green on this one. I like how the little baby ones are coming through. It's just really, really pretty. It's luscious. It's shiny leaves. It's evergreen. It's going to fill some gaps in the borders for you. It's going to reach 2.5 metres height and spread. My friends, actually, I don't know if they've got the spider's web variety or a different variety, but it's a Fatsia. Theirs is huge. It's got really big.
Right.
It doesn't have to get that big if you don't want it to, of course.
Keep it in a pot.
You've got yours in a pot,
Yep.
so,
It's really strange. Ours is in a tall pot, so it's just gone upwards. It's tall as me.
Really?
It really is,
Oh, wow.
yeah. It's fabulous.
I love it, honestly. So this, it's going to like a bit of sun, but it doesn't mind a bit of shade either. It is winter hardy. It is evergreen. As it matures and gets, older, it will produce some lovely kind of creamy white coloured flowers, and then there will be purple berries on there as well as it gets older and it matures a bit. It grows well in all gardens, kind of lots of different positions in gardens as well. And those serrated leaves, the palm-shaped leaves on there, I don't know, there's something really attractive about that to me. Really
nice,
like
yeah.
it. Bit of a feature plant, isn't it, I think?
I love it. It's unusual. It's easy to grow as well.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, you plant that and you pretty much leave it. There's not much that you need to do with that one at all.
So if you want to get the fabulous Fatsia, it's 510910. We'll take that, won't we? We'll take that. Now we're going to go essential-wise now. We're going to go to our compost.
There's your free bulbs.
There's the free bulbs. Remember, you get 60 free bulbs with every order, whatever you're ordering, as long as you use the code YGTV40. And when it comes to compost, initially when I first started working with gardening, I thought, well, can compost make a huge difference? It can make a huge difference,
yeah, it really
me.
can.
And this, from the beginning, when you open this, it feels different to traditional composts.
Oh, it really does. It's soft and it's fluffy, and it's just, the texture of it is amazing. It feels like a lovely pillow.
Don't you plant your face in there?
I could plant my face in it, honestly. So the texture of it is really, really important. This is one of the main benefits of this. So as I compact this, as I make it into a ball, and then I release it, the texture is just so soft and light and luscious. And what that means is that roots are able to get in here and grow and spread and breathe. It's really important for roots to be able to breathe. Yeah. They don't want to be too compacted. And that's what this compost allows for. If we allow that kind of room for the roots, what we get is a really strong root structure going on. So we did a test with these. One's grown in our premium professional compost, one grown in a standard compost. And the premium professional compost one formed the best, strongest root structure. And this is really important, because if you've got a strong foundation, you're going to get bigger, better plants. Yeah. You're going to get more flowers, better crops of fruit. You're going to get a plant that's
all around better results.
All around better results.
Yeah.
More hardy plants, something that's going to be able to deal with differing weather conditions. You're going to get one that's, if there's any pests and diseases, if it's got a strong root structure and a strong foundation, hopefully it's going to be able to deal with that a little bit better. Yeah. So the texture of it is really, really important. Also, we've got loads and loads of really awesome ingredients in here.
That's what also makes the difference, the way it's put together, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is made regularly. So this is delivered
so regularly.
I
remember the first time I came to the nursery and they showed us around the nursery, and it's a while ago now, and then they took us to the compost delivery that had just come in. And I was like
a mountain of compost.
It's as far as I could see.
Yeah.
It was just pallet after pallet after pallet of compost. And that doesn't sit there for a long time. No. The turnover is immense, isn't it?
Well, it's incredibly popular. Yeah. Once you've used it, you all of a sudden realise how good it is.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not the cheapest compost, of course. We've never claimed to sell the cheapest compost.
No,
but what we do claim is that this is the best compost, because it gives you the best results. And if you've ever bought cheapo compost, you will know, because you'll open the bag, it smells. There's a horrible smell
really
to it.
Plaggy, isn't it?
It's not. There's lots of big bits in it that haven't been composted down.
It doesn't move like that either.
Honestly,
you have to dig it out.
I mean, it's incredible value for what it is.
Definitely.
Don't get me wrong. It is incredible value for the results that you will receive. But no, it's not a budget compost. But it doesn't give you budget results. It gives you the best results.
I like that. Yeah.
And loads of people over the years, thousands and thousands of people have actually commented commented, done
Reviewed,
their own little comparisons, sent pictures. If you're a regular viewer and have been for many years, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The ingredients in here are fantastic. So one thing that helps to make up the amazing texture is the composted wood fibres. You can see all these lovely little fibres running through this compost. That helps with the texture, but it also helps with even water distribution as well as water retention in there as well, which is really important, isn't it? Certainly at certain times of the year. Well, every time of the year. Yeah. We want to be able to retain that moisture as much as possible. It gives our plants the better chance. We've got 3 different types of peat in here, black and white peat. That has been reduced over the years because obviously there is an environmental issue with that. And then it's been replaced with even, other ingredients. We've found one. Slow release fertilizer. These green balls that you'll see dotted around throughout that compost, that is your slow release. Oh.
It's gone.
That is the slow release fertilizer. That's going to release that feed into your plants as well for a good 6 months. We've got lime in here to balance out the pH. This is what makes it an all-round compost. Seeds through to trees, everything in between, house plants, all the rest of it. They will adore being in this compost. We've got a wetting agent. We've got, honestly, there's so many good things in here.
There's so much in there, and it's all about giving your plants the best opportunity. We always say from seeds right through to trees, it's a truly multi-purpose compost. When we say you love it, we really mean it. You can see the 5-star results here on our website. I've used it before. Pleased with the results. Great compost. I've ordered for a few years and wouldn't be without it. Top stuff. Works well in all planting. Love that. I love the compost. I won't use anything else. Thank you to the YouGarden team. Best compost ever. Never use anything else. 5-star after 5-star after 5-star. We can rave about it as much as we like, but take a look at those reviews. 2 50-litre bags are included, and that means they're easy to move around the garden. Not only are they bagged, they'll be boxed as well when they're delivered. The postage is included in your price that you see there for your compost. It's just $24.98 the price, and delivered to your door with that postage included. 100, 125. I would multi-order if I were you and stock up. Don't run out like Bex has.
No, don't run out like me. I know,
Shocking.
It's bad.
I'm going to say hello to a few of our viewers. Olwyn, Elaine, Malcolm, a very good morning to you all. And George as well. Lovely to see you. And Neil and Kathy. Loads of people watching this morning. Good morning.
Loads of people. Good morning.
It's lovely, isn't it, that we get to interact as well. If you've got any questions you want to send through on Facebook, we'll be happy to have a look at your questions and answer them if we can. But take a look around the whole website if you're new to it, because there's so much on there. Even for me, when I went back the other day, I was like, oh my word, and that, and even things like garden equipment and tools.
Yeah, there's so much on there, and it's a lovely way to spend a day.
It is,
lovely way to spend a few hours going and searching.
You need a bit
I always
of time.
find something I've never found before as well, something I've never heard of, which is always exciting.
Well, I walked in the other day and I saw these, didn't I?
I know,
I was like, I need some of those, and collected the scoops for collecting your leaves and things, and they're available on the website. Now you'll notice that these little fellows have appeared here on top of our compost. Now, I love that.
You like that, don't you?
I love it. I've got these in my garden. They're in pots just out on the balcony, just outside. And whenever it's windy, you hear that rustle in the wind. It's lovely. These are the Nandina Firepower, $14.99 for one. But we have a double up deal here. If you put 2 in your basket, you'll only pay $19.98 for 2. So they work out at less than £10 each. We'll do that automatically. Just put 1 in your basket. Use the code YGTV. Oh no, sorry. With this deal, you need to put 2 in. That's right. Put 2 in, and we'll automatically reduce the price for you. That's how it works. But you've got to use the code YGTV40. They turn up at $9.99 each. 510823. Tell us all about these bits.
Well, there's so much to tell you about this. This is definitely a plant that you add into your collection at this time of year, because this has some of the most amazing colour-changing kind of properties that go on with this. First of all, it is evergreen, so this will have its leaves all year round. Brilliant. We love that, particularly at this time of year, because there's lots of our plants that are starting to lose their leaves. Those deciduous ones, they're starting to give up now, aren't they?
They are,
and lose their leaves for winter. Obviously, they'll come back, but what we need is some evergreen interest in our gardens, this is going to give that to you. But not only is it evergreen, it changes colour with the temperatures. Wow. And so as it gets colder...
the top of ours has gone really red this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, it's changed colour. The top of it's gone completely red.
That's exactly it. It's getting colder, isn't it? You know, and the Nandina will actually recognise that, and it starts to change colour. You can see it on a few of the leaves here. They're starting to go a lovely orange colour, but they're going to end up this bright, fiery red colour as well. And it's lovely when, as per the picture here, that you can see that you've got a bit of green, bit of red, bit of orange, bit of all sorts of colour going on. And it does that with the colour, with the change in the temperatures. Not only do you get that amazing colour changing foliage, which I agree with you, that sound.
I love it. It's really calming, I think. Don't you?
That's nice, isn't
I
it?
sat on the sunbed in the sunshine.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Wrapped in a blanket in the winter.
But not only do you get all of those colour changing properties from the leaves, you actually also get a load of other drama going on with this. So during the summer months, July, August, you get these lovely white flowers and sort of spring star-shaped flowers on there in sort of spring into the summer. But then also you get these red berries on there as well. So there's something absolutely all year round going on with your Nandina Firepower, also known as sacred or heavenly bamboo. It's not a form of bamboo, but it has that name. It is properly tough though. This one, you know, you're going to have to work hard to kill this.
I like that.
You would really have to work hard to kill it.
Where we stay here, we're not here all the time. We're off here, there, and everywhere. We just leave it.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's thriving.
I mean, if you kill it, well done.
Congratulations. Ours is really filled out as well, and they will, won't they?
Yeah, they do. They fill out. They get nice and thick and luscious. They don't get massive, though. It's a nice, compact plant. So, you know, you can find a place for this in any garden. But certainly if you've got a smaller garden, this is going to earn its place 100%. 50, 60 centimetre height and spread is all we are talking about with this one. Sunshine or part shade, it really doesn't matter. This one is stupidly easy to grow.
510823. So it's $14.99 for one. However, if you put two in your basket, you'll get that double up deal. You get two for $19.98. That's brilliant value, but only if you use the code in your promotional box. Make sure you use YGTV40 and you'll get two for $19.98. But you'll also get your free bulbs. You'll get 60 free bulbs with every single order. Remember, 3 different varieties included that you're seeing on the screen there, and they'll come with every single order for you. So 60 free bulbs. And if you spend over £30, you'll get free delivery on everything that you order. It's a great time to buy. And gardening really is all year round now. It's about getting ahead of yourself. It's about having plants that are going to look good in the garden all year round. And it's about getting that planting out so that when it comes to spring, the flowers just start popping up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, bulb collection we've got for you now.
Right,
look at the price, $9.99. You get 300.
300. They all come to you in one big bag. We took them out of the bag yesterday, and it tells you what you're getting. So that is the big bag, but then they're all in these little bags inside the big bag, all labelled so that you can see exactly what you're getting. 300 of these bulbs is in just the
£20 saving. They're $9.99 for 300. It works out at 4p a bulb. What?
Okay, so with this collection, you will have flowers from February all the way through till June, because these are obviously going to open for you at various different times throughout the year. I'll try and do it in, you know, the best order I can. So first of all, we're getting 15 of the crocus, the mixed crocus here. These are going to open early in the year. These are sort of February, March time, reaching about 20 centimetres in height. Then what we're going to talk about is the Iphion. So we get 80 of the Iphion included in here. These are the sort of bluey, lilac-y, star-shaped flowers. They're beautiful scent to these, relatively short, about 20-25 centimetres. About March, April time, these are going to open for you. Then we have some daffodils. There we go. The Marie Curie? Yes, they are Marie Curie. So these are going to be opening March, April time, reaching about 20 centimetres, and you get 15 of those included. Then we're going to move on to our tulip triumph mix. You're getting 30 of those in there. About April, May time, they're going to open. Lovely, classic, sturdy, you know, upright tulips, mixed colours included, reaching about 50 centimetres in height. Then we are going, because there's 7 varieties here, did I say that? 7 varieties. Then we're going to move on to our muscari. Love a grape hyacinth. These are absolutely beautiful. Incredibly vigorous. You know, these will just keep multiplying for you. These are going to pop up April, May time. Lovely kind of densely packed blue flowers on there. Totally reliable, always coming back for you every single year. And then we move into our little allium collection. So 80 of the allium molly. These are the yellow ones. These are the lovely upright, you know, upward facing yellow alliums about May, June time. These are nice tall ones, reaching about 50 centimetres in height. So this is one of the tallest of the collection.
Still more to come.
And we've got the allium neapolitanum. So we're going to get 50 of those. Again, those are about May, June time. Those are going to open for you, reaching about 40 centimetres, sort of ball, you know, what you'd expect from an allium, the kind of ball-shaped, but white on the top there.
Nice.
Incredible value for money, flowering for months and months on end. And it's going to transform a particular area in your garden. Now, they're labelled, so you can choose if you want to put, you know, all your alliums in one place or all your tulips in one place. I think if you've got a bare bit of ground or a bare border,
just mix them all in.
Maybe just mix them all in. So you've just got things popping up all at different times.
That would be great.
Be exciting, wouldn't it?
$9.99.
It's great.
300 bulbs.
That's
works
great.
out 4 pence a bulb. 7 different varieties. 630050 is your item number. What a collection. Whether it's the tulips, whether it's the alliums, such a collection of spring flowering bulbs. 630050 is your item number at just $9.99. Now remember, if you're in our club, you get 10% off all of the plants that we're showing you. Make sure you join the club. If you're not already a member, it's just £5 a year on your annual membership. You'll see all the details on the website. Lots of reminders for you now. Got to remind you of the Fatsia. Oh my word. The Fatsia that we've got for you is a stunning size. It comes in a 3-litre pot. It's really well established. You can see the gloss on those leaves. Such a nice plant. Now, Bex was saying she's got a friend who's planted it in the garden and it's spread beautifully, a really nice width. Just the one friend she's got. It's got a gorgeous coverage of area, whereas I've got it in a pot at home, in a tall pot, and rather than it spread out, it's gone upwards. It's nearly as tall as I am. So $14.99 is the price for your Fatsia, 510910. That's new today on the show, and you're absolutely loving it. Speaking of new today, we've also got the dragon grass. This is stunning. Beautiful black plant. You're going to get 3 of them, 3 9-centimetre pots for $19.97. That's half the recommended retail, saving £20 on that one. And you will get 3 of them, remember. Now, your postage on there is $4.99. However, if you spend over £30 with us, you will get free postage on your whole order. You've just got to make sure you use the code YGTV40. £30 is you spend, £30 and over, you'll get free delivery on everything. Now, the geranium mix that we've got for you, the festival mix, oh my word, geranium and potentilla festival mix. It is a bare root. It's an unusual way of growing if you've not done it before, but don't be scared of it. It means you're starting the plant at the very beginning of its journey. So the bare root comes, all you've got to do is soak it in water. Ideally, Bex always says overnight, and then get it planted up, whether it's in beds and borders, whether it's in pots, and you get this colour, this lovely array of festival colour with purples and lilacs and yellows and reds. A lovely mix for $14.99. 580039, postage included on your geranium and potentilla mix that we've got for you. Now, we also had the primroses. Oh, these are stunners. These are winter essentials. To have all through the winter months in your garden. The Primrose Benelli, it's a mixed collection. So you've got the bicolours, you've got the true colours that you can see there. You get 20 garden ready plants with the postage included for $14.98. That's 410035, your item number, if you want to go for the Primrose. And if you want to keep that, as I say, colour in the garden, not only have we got the Primrose, we've got the Pansy Cool Waves for you. Now, Pansy Cool Waves are great because these are trailers. These are going to be great for you to put in your hanging baskets. You can put them in pots and planters. You can put them in the borders if you so wish. You're going to get a buy one, get one free deal here. Now, this is the one where you just put one in your basket. You use the code YGTV40 and we'll put the other one in free of charge. Postage is included there for you. 400,967 is your item number if you want to go for your Pansy Cool Wave. Now, we also had a variety of Agapanthus, the popping purple. I love the name on these. Those flowers really do pop. As Beck said, get them in the garden now, let them grow on, and they'll reward you as we go into the season next year. You've got 3 9cm pots for just $14.97. That's half the price they should be, 560963. Now, your Phoenix that we've got for you, Phoenix Palms, these are a great size. It really is an end of season Mediterranean deal that you've got here. If you want that instant architecture in the garden, that's exactly what you get. Now, $19.98 is your price, but it's a buy one, get one free. You will get 2. We'll put that second one in your basket as long as you use the code YGTV40. You'll be amazed how the savings add up in your basket. Buy one, get one free, 680005, instant architecture, that Mediterranean look. It is, and everything comes speciality packaged, remember, so you don't have to worry about it being looked after until it's delivered to you to your door. And there is postage there, but again, spend over £30, you get free delivery on your entire order. Now, one of my favorites on the show, we saw it just a few moments ago, is the Nandina Firepower. This has such great texture to it. It changes colour as the weather changes. It rustles in the wind. You are going to get $14.99 will get you 1, but the double up deal, if you put 2 in your basket, we'll do 2 for $19.98. That's less than £10 each. 510823 is your item number there for your Nandina Firepower. I would definitely go for the 2 on that double up deal. And remember, all the deals are activated by using the code YGTV40. Now, we do have these pots. These are another garden essential. If you want a garden tidy, if you're going to be collecting leaves, which we all are, if you have logs by a log burner, maybe you're just moving, maybe you want storage that's super strong. These are brilliant for growing trees in. They've got amazing drainage around the outside and underneath. They've got integrated handles. They're really solid. They're UV resistant. They're frost resistant. They're great season after season. And we're doing 4 of them for $19.99. There are 40 centimetre diameter, 30 litre pots, so the really big, substantial sizes. 4 for $19.99 with the postage included. 130011 is your item number for the heavy duty pots. Now, if you're looking for those ornamental pots, maybe you're going for the garden ready Benellis that we've got for you, or the garden ready Pansy Cool Wave. These are brilliant. They're a 20 centimetre diameter. You're going to get 10 of these for $14.99. You've got that lovely embossing on the outside. It's like a lovely metallic finish there. Great drainage. They've got a little rim around the outside, easy to move. UV resistant, frost resistant. 10 of those for $14.99. They work out at less than $150 each. 130470 is your item number there. All 10 for $14.99. And speaking of essentials, that compost, oh my word, it's a brilliant deal. It's one of your favorite configurations. We've got 2 50-litre bags, 100 litres in total for $24.98 with the postage included. And remember, You can multi-order there if you want to, stock up and postage included, and if you go over £30 on your entire order, everything comes with free delivery. It's lovely to have your company. I'm Shaun. I'm joined by Bex this morning, taking you right through until 1 o'clock, and then we've got a little break, and then we're back at 2 till 4.
Little break to have some lunch and a cup of coffee.
Cheeky bit of lunch,
and then we'll come up with a couple of new products this afternoon.
Oh, we've saved some. We've hidden them down here for this afternoon. So make sure you join us this afternoon as well. Lots to tell you. If you're not already in our club, definitely join the club.
Yes, please.
You'll get 10% off all of your plants. But on top of that, you get loads of great advice on the website,
Yeah,
don't
there's
you?
loads of things that you can get on there. Plus, you get £20 worth of vouchers for you to spend throughout the year. So it's split into £5 vouchers, so one every 3 months, which is great. I still haven't spent mine. I kept saying last week there was an order I was going to place last week, and I didn't do it. I should have done it because I need some compost.
Day.
But it's Fatsia Day. I'm definitely putting that in my basket. I'm having that one. Yeah, so you get your vouchers to spend as well, and those savings are really going to add up throughout the year. You know, once you start, I mean, you'll probably get your money back just in the one order that you place.
Oh, without doubt.
But then the more orders you place, the more money you're going to save.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And make sure every week we have a different code. This week's code is YGTV40. That unlocks all the promotions on the show, whether it's buy one get one free, whether it's buy one get two free. It could be
half
price deals. But on top of all of that, we've also got the free gift for you today. With every single purchase, if you use that code YGTV40, you'll get 60 free bulbs, and if you spend over £30, you get free delivery on everything.
Nice.
Brilliant. So loads are there in the deal side of things, but we've got great plants, and I love the fact that we bring everything from a bare root to a full-size plant.
Gardening for everyone, that is what it's all about. So whether you are a beginner gardener, an intermediate gardener, an experienced gardener, it really doesn't matter. We really are trying to build a gardening community, something for everybody. And every week what we're attempting to bring, I think we do all right, please let us know, is interesting things, something a bit different, something that you should be doing in your garden now, or something that will be interesting in your garden, this time next year.
Yes, yeah.
And
you go on the journey in your garden.
Exactly. What we don't do is bring you items and go, okay, so we don't have it in stock, but you can pay us now and we'll dispatch it to you in 6 months' time. No. That's not what we do.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Good to go, and the delivery's fantastic as well. Some delivery orders come really quickly. I'm amazed. Now, we're going to take a look at the Victorian lace.
Yeah, the polyanthus.
Garden-ready plants we're talking about again. 20 plants for $14.98. The item number is 410126. There's a sneaky flower on there somewhere.
There's a proper little sneaky flower on there. Absolutely. So we've only got one on here at the moment, but this is it's just going to keep getting better. It's going to get bigger, it's going to get better, and it's going to have that lovely contrasting outline on it as well. This is why we really like these ones, because that contrasting outline on the edge of those petals really make your polyanthus stand out. This is your traditional polyanthus. It's perfect for bright winter displays. As you can see, there's a flower on there already. It's ready to flower for you, and it's going to flower through the winter, right the way through till about April time probably is when you're going to have the colours on here. Nice mixed colour going on. It's a type of primrose known for its sort of lace-like flowers, that lovely contrasting edge on there. It's a drought-tolerant plant. It's a low-maintenance plant. It's resistant to pests and disease. It's highly fragrant. It's free-flowering. I mean, if you had a tick list, I've just ticked all the boxes, haven't I? Tick, 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 tick. It's usually grown as an annual. It can be a perennial if grown in the right conditions. You probably know if you've grown it in the past. And it works brilliantly in all sorts of areas. So your pots and your beds and your borders, it's not a problem. Winter hardy. It likes a bit of sunshine. It'll cope with part shade though as well. You'd imagine so, being a sort of winter hardy plant that's flowering through the winter months. Yeah. You'd think it would be able to cope with a bit of shade, wouldn't you? And this one absolutely can. Nice and compact. So we're talking about 20-25 centimetre height and spread. So again, if you're buying the Alhambra pots, which I believe were very popular yesterday because you can get a pack of 10 of these. If you bought these along with your polyanthus, your Victorian mixed lace, you could put I think you could put one in each of these pots.
Because of the way it spreads.
Yeah, and it will grow and it will spread and it will do it quite quickly, particularly planting them at this time of year. It's really good because we've got really favourable weather conditions. So it's really good to get these planted now. Even though these are hardy through the winter, it's good to get them now so that they can, get a good hold, spread a little bit before the really cold, dark days come. I'm a bit miserable about winter, aren't I? I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a summer girl.
Well,
I am a summer girl.
But we're going to have summer look in the garden.
Absolutely.
So we've got the colour.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. If you want to go for the Victoriana lace, it is once again 20 garden-ready plants.
And they are garden-ready. Let's pick one. Let's hopefully pick one that I haven't picked yet. You'll be able to tell. Yeah, I definitely haven't picked that one out yet. You can tell when you go to push it out the pot, can't you?
You have to loosen it, don't you?
So look, garden ready. You can, you can see those roots coming through. Lovely white roots, nice and healthy. This has been sat in water, hasn't it? It's really nice and moist, ready to be planted out into your garden. And this is what garden ready is. In fact, all of the next 4 items we're going to show you, they're all garden ready, which means that we've looked after them, we've potted them on, we've grown them on. They're ready for you to plant out into whatever spot it is that you want them to go into. Pots, borders, window boxes, etc.
Really nice flower as well.
Lovely,
410126 is your item number for your lovely Victoriana lace. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4 plants in front of me, all garden ready, all 10 plants, and all half price.
Hey!
So we like that. But you've got to use the code, remember, to get that half price deal activated. So YGTV40. We're going to start with Queen Victoria, please.
Okay, lovely, no problem. So my thinking here is, because every single one of these is half price, if you were thinking, I can only afford to buy 2 today, you can actually buy 4.
Like it. Like it.
That's the way you think about it, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, Lobelia Queen Victoria. I'm going to let you tell us about this one, because you know this one, don't you?
The reason I know it is it's in my mother-in-law's garden. And when we first bought it, I thought it was gorgeous foliage, and that's why we bought it. That lovely red, rich leaf that you've got there. However, when the flowers start to come through and the stems start to come through, the first thing I was amazed by was the height, because they're much taller than I thought they'd be.
About 90 centimetres,
really tall. And then you've got a stunning flower, this gorgeous, rich, red, crimson flower. And so when you walk in Hayley's mum's garden, honestly, you walk in and she's lucky. She's got a lovely big garden. It takes a lot of looking after, but it's just a lovely garden. And you walk in the garden and it draws your eye, this plant, because it's tall, it's got red foliage, and then it's got that stunning red flower on the top.
It's beautiful. So it's a bit like the Ophiophagon that we were talking about earlier, that black grass that we had. It's that contrast. It's really good to have some of these darker foliage plants in our gardens, because it makes the other plants stand out and it makes it stand out against the other plants. It really is excellent providing that contrast. And it is evergreen foliage, or ever purple foliage, however you want to talk about that. It has that lovely foliage all year round, and then rising up July, August, September time, out of that foliage is these beautiful bird of paradise, bright red, gorgeous flowers that are a wildlife magnet. Bees, butterflies, hummingbirds even absolutely adore the Lobelia Queen Victoria. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. So the RHS have trialled it, they've tested it, they've put it through its paces. It has been shown to meet a certain criteria. There has to be this, and they're quite strict with it, the criteria that these plants have to meet, and it has been proven to reach those. So proven performer in our gardens. It's one that you can absolutely plant with confidence because it's got that badge. Also, it's winter hardy, so it comes to you with the lifetime guarantee from us here at YouGarden, which is that if it fails to thrive in your garden, you just need to get back in touch with us and we'll replace it for you free of charge. All we ask is that you cover any postage charge for it to be sent back out to you, but it will be replaced for you. And
that's the confidence that YouGarden have. And Peter, the main
head
man
gardener
here at the nursery, he was telling you it barely gets used.
Honestly, so he said it barely gets used. People don't do it because we
know the quality
plants.
The quality of the plants, and that's what it's all about here at YouGarden. You're joining the club. It's gardening for everyone, as Bex said a little bit earlier. So that's your Lobelia. That's your first garden ready 10 plants that are half price. Then we go to the Rudbeckia. This is another favourite of yours.
Yeah, I love the Rudbeckia. So I've got the little gold star variety, but they're very similar. But what these provide you you is late season colour. So these start flowering, you know, late summer, but they flower for you right up to now, you know, into October, maybe even into November with this variety as well. Lovely, uniform, bright yellow flowers with that gorgeous dark brown, almost black button in the centre. Again, another. That's the one in my garden. So that's the little gold star. They tend to be a little bit shorter than the Goldstrom variety.
Okay.
But that's the kind of display that you could be getting, and that is one plant, by the way. That is
that's
one
just
plant.
One plug plant.
One plant. One of the, and it was a garden ready that I planted earlier on this year. So it's one plant that's created that many flowers.
Great.
Imagine what you're going to create with 10 of these.
If you wanted them all together, a meadow of that
I
colour.
think they look great, like this,
me
planted
too.
en masse, like that, so that you get multiple flowers, all uniform in size as well. They're all very much the same size, and they get bigger and better because these are a perennial. So they do, you know, they do multiply over the years. They'll form nice little clumps for you. But if you plant 3 or 5 of these together, wow, the display that you will get will be absolutely gorgeous, giving you that autumn colour when some of your, you know, your summer flowering plants are starting to fade and disappear.
And these are quite tall already, aren't they?
Yeah, these are really big, and these are really I mean, look at the roots on those.
Proper rooty.
Proper rooty, ready to plant out. Lovely, healthy plants. Get them out in your garden now. Okay, you're not going to get flowers off these now. You won't get them this year. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're not going to get flowers now. But it's really important to get your perennials planted out now, because what will happen is it'll get a root hold. It'll get nice and strong before we move into those horrible cold winter months. Sorry to talk about that again. But yes, it'll get a really strong hold now. And then next year, you've got a head start. Those plants have got a head start. You get bigger plants. That if you wait until the springtime, first of all, we don't know what the weather's going to be like. A lot of experts out there are saying now is the better time to be planting those perennials than in spring, just because we're more assured of what the weather is going to be like. I mean, we have snow at Easter sometimes, don't we?
It's all over the place,
It's
isn't
all
it?
over. So yes, now is the time to get your perennials planted so you get that head start on next year. Bigger, better flowers. Forward planning for your garden, basically.
So all you need is the item number at the top. Remember, 410124. That's the Rudbeckia. Next up, we're going to go to the erigeron. Now, these are such a gorgeous daisy-like flower.
Yeah.
Again, these are going to give you great coverage. Half price, 10 garden-ready plants for £7.50. Brilliant. 410120 for your erigeron. Tell us about these, Bex.
Yeah, so these are also known as Mexican fleabane. You might have heard them as those. But these are another colour-changing one. Okay, so you can see that the ones that are on here, they're all these white. In fact, that one's got a tinge of pink going on it. Just that one there, tiny tinge of pink going on. But what you'll be able to see on the pictures that we show you is these turn a beautiful pink colour. So they do. That's not two plants planted together.
Yeah.
They come out white, and then as they age, they go to this gorgeous pink on there, which I think it's super interesting. We often talk about the erigeron as being a filler plant, and I always feel bad talking about plants as fillers. Like, you know, the lovely little lobelia that you get that you put into hanging baskets. Oh, it's a filler plant, as if it's kind of less important than others. Those are really important plants to have.
Equality for all plants.
Equality for all plants, yes, absolutely. But you know what? This is standalone a beauty as well. Yes, you can use it as a filler to fill in the gaps in your borders, but it gives you this beautiful standalone beauty as well. If you were to put this into a pot all by itself, it would look amazing.
Lovely.
Just like I did with those lovely little lobelias. In a pot by themselves, they looked amazing all summer long. These are going to flower for you, and such a long time as well. You get, I mean, it flowers over 3 seasons, so all the way right through from April all the way through to October you get these. The height and spread is like 50 by 50 centimetres, so yes, it will fill in those gaps beautifully. Obviously, where there's a gap, a weed will grow. Excuse me. Fill the gap so you don't have to deal with the weeds, and fill it with something beautiful that's drought tolerant, that you don't need to do much with. That is what this plant is. I mean, it's versatile, it's easy to grow, and it is beautiful at the same time.
And it's just a lovely colourway that you get, because it changes colour. It goes from that white to that beautiful pinky purple that you can see there. That's not two varieties, as Beck said, it's the same flower that changes colour. 410120, 10 garden ready plants for £7.50. Make sure you go over the £30 threshold. You'll get free delivery on your entire order. And to activate all those deals, YGTV40. Now we've got one more half price for you, and this is the digitalis, the gorgeous foxglove,
gloves,
isn't it?
yes. So these are going to add height to your borders. A woodland plant loves a bit of shade, in actual fact. A lot of the time we're saying that a flower loves to be in the sunshine and tolerates part shade. It's a bit the other way around here. It loves to be in shade and will tolerate the sunshine.
Right.
Because of the fact that it's a woodland plant, it's the Dalmatian mix. So you've got those lovely markings on the inside of the flower, those lovely little spots on the inside there, and that's where the Dalmatian name comes from. Bees love it, it's a magnet for them. They get right in there, don't they? Little bums wobbling out the back. They add really nice height to your borders, about 1 metre in height. Cottage garden feel. It's not a cottage garden if it hasn't got a foxglove in it. And you're getting 10 of these garden ready plants. They are garden ready. Now's the time to get them planted out. Of course, you're not going to get flowers from them this year, but it's all about that forward planning. You need to get those planted out now. It's really important to get your perennials planted out right now so that you can get ahead on next year. And then you'll get these wonderful flowers May, June, July time. Really, really pretty, that one. It's a perennial, but it's a short-lived one. It's a biennial. So, actually, let me just go back.
Hold everything.
I was saying about planting now.
Yep.
Now's the important time to plant biennials, for example. So with a shorter lived perennial, with a biennial plant, it is important to do it now because then you'll get flowers next year. If you wait until spring to plant this, you might not get flowers next year. You might be waiting until the next year to get flowers, which is where it's really important, particularly with these kinds of plants.
That's why I say you're getting ahead of yourself, aren't you? And it's that year-round gardening, so that you've always got something going on in the garden, which I absolutely love, because it used to be that end of the season, that's it, leave the garden. No, it's not like that anymore.
No.
There's plants that can keep that colour, keep that joy of your garden. Even if you don't get time to go in it, or the weather's not right to go in it, when you look at it, it still looks gorgeous.
I know.
Half price deal, 10 garden ready plants, that digitalis Dalmatian, that beautiful foxglove, £7.50. 410119 is your item number there. Now, we've talked about Pansy Cool Wave. You've loved the deal we've got on the garden ready, but we've got Pansy Cool Wave in a basket, ready to go. You don't need to do anything apart from hang them up.
Yeah, I mean, this is even more garden ready than the garden readies, isn't it? Because there's nothing else that you have to do.
Already in flower.
I mean, this is how they come to you. They've already been planted up. They are in these gorgeous rattan hanging baskets. They come with the chains so that you can hang them. This bit here, that's just for transit, so you'll cut that.
That's holding everything
That's holding it in
isn't
place. That's its little passport. That's holding everything in place, so you're going to cut that bit off when you get it home. And then you're ready to hang these up. These are your ready-made, beautiful Pansy Cool... Oh, look at the colours. Pansy Cool Wave hanging baskets. Just the same as your garden-ready Pansy Cool Waves. Ridiculous amount of flowers you're going to get from these, flowering for up to 9 months, right the way through till...
like we said, the amount of plants that are in
pretty.
there, Bex. And when they arrive, you'll have a lot of greenery, you'll already have flowers on, but this is the worst of luck that they arrive when they're delivered. But this is what they'll be. They'll just fill out
It's
with
totally
more and more.
realistic. The pictures that you're looking at here, these are realistic images of what you can expect to achieve from what we are, what you're looking at in the studio. They will fill out, they will flower profusely. You can deadhead them. I mean, you should. I encourage you to deadhead them occasionally, and that will encourage these additional blooms to come through, because it's not putting its energy into the sort of faded blooms. If you get rid of the faded blooms, it goes, I'll try over here
with those new
I'll
ones.
go with that new one, and it'll put the energy into those new ones. So yes, do go and deadhead occasionally. It's very easy to do. There's no real skill to it. Just pick the dead heads off. That's it. So simple. And you'll just get loads and loads of flowers. Lovely scent from this. Lovely colour mix. Winter hardy. Colour all the way through those winter months.
And these trail beautifully again.
They're gonna gently trail over the edges. 30-40 centimetres. Great gift to get for somebody. If you're thinking about buying somebody a bunch of flowers, why not get this instead? Because you're going to be spending probably £25 on a bunch of flowers. Get this instead and give them these. Because even if they don't hang them, they could put these on on the ground and just use them as pots on the ground, and then these will just gently trail over, and they'll have those flowers right the way through the winter, right the way through till May next year, and then they'll have the baskets to use again if they want to. It's a much better gift.
We were talking about value here, weren't we? Because we've both been in garden centres recently. Garden ready or ready pre-planted baskets. I was looking at about £25 at the lowest price.
£25, absolutely. You can be paying that for one pre-planted hanging basket, and you're getting 2 of those here. 2
for £29.98. Gorgeous gift. If you want to send them to someone else, that's a great idea, as Beck said. 450155, and you do have a £20 discount there already. Remember, if you go over £30, you'll get free delivery. That delivery will disappear as long as you use the code YGTV40. Got to give you some reminders of those garden readies. So we've got garden ready hanging baskets there for you, but we've got some great deals on your garden ready plants as well. Whether you want to go in pots or planters, borders, it's completely up to you. The lobelia Queen Victoria that we've got for you, these are those stunning red, dark red crimson foliage on these before the flowers come out. The flowers themselves come out on those stems, go up to about 90 centimetres, really tall, much taller than I thought they'd be. I've got them in the mother-in-law's garden. She absolutely loves them, a real feature point in the garden. 410122, £7.50 is your price on those for 10 garden ready plants. Then, speaking of garden ready, we've got a whole selection for you, so do shop the show. The Rudbeckia is the same deal, half price. You've also got your 10 garden readies there, so they're ready to go out into the garden if you want to put them in pots, planters. You've got that lovely array of colour there. Obviously, the more you put into a pot or a planter, the more colour you'll get when they come into flower. £7.50 on your half price deal for your Rudbeckia. 410124 is your item number on those. And not forgetting those gorgeous daisy-like flowers, the erigeron. Now, these are flowers that change colour. They go from the white to that lovely pinky purple that you can see there on the picture. 410120. Great ground coverage, great fillers, but also great on their own because you've got so many flowers that pop through, and it's such a beautiful flower, the daisy. If you've got cottage garden, if you've got a more contemporary garden, maybe you've got a rockery, they'll be great for you. 410120, and again, that's a £7.50 price for 10 garden ready plants. Your foxglove, your digitalis dalmatian mix, well, you've got that lovely speckling, those Dalmatian spots on the inside of the flowers. 410119, it's that same deal, half price, and you've got 10 garden ready plants. £7.50 is your price if you want to go for the digitalis. The hanging baskets we just saw, they are stunning. Honestly, that's what they're going to grow into. They're going to be prolific with the flowering that comes around there. Lovely trail on them, lovely colours as well. Yellows, purples, a lilac in there. You've got a vanilla white colourway there as well. 2 pre-planted hanging baskets for £29.98. 450155 with your pansy cool waves in there. Imagine that colour all the way through the winter season. Now, if you are looking for Pansy Cool Wave, but you wanted it in the garden ready deal, so you want to put it maybe in pots and planters, maybe you want to plant up your own hanging baskets, these are garden ready plants. You get 20 of them for £14.99. Postage is included with the buy one, get one free. You just put one in your basket, use the code YGTV40, and we'll put the second one in your basket for you. There's a couple of other deals by using the code today. The code is going to give you all kinds of things going on. First of all, you're going to get a free gift. You're going to get 60 free bulbs with every order, and that's a lovely collection, isn't it, Begs?
It is a lovely collection. You're getting 20 each of the Allium Molly, which is the yellow ones. You're getting the 20 of the Triclea, and you're getting 20 of the Dutch mixed iris in there as well. All summer flowering, all a beautiful blend of colour, and it's free. That's the important bit.
Yeah, 60 bulbs in total. And if you spend over
Excuse me.
£30, you're going to get free delivery on your entire order.
Absolutely.
But both of those, you must use the code. If you don't use the code, you won't get the deals. YGTV40 to get the deals. Now, something else has appeared.
Okay, yeah, Wisteria Amethyst Falls, a lovely, more compact variety of Wisteria, certainly in its early years. I'm going to have to get a drink. Can you just...
You have a little drink, that's fine, that's fine. So, your Wisteria Amethyst Falls, I'll talk about the deal for you. First of all, your item number, 550238. This is how it comes on these gorgeous trellises that you can see here. The great thing about the Amethyst Falls is they don't overtake the garden. You get a stunning flower on here. Now, the price is $24.99. Should be $29.99 for one, but we do a double up deal for you today. If you go for two, so put two in your basket, you'll only pay an extra £5. It'll be $29.98 for the two. Are you all right, my love?
I think so.
We've got a bit of a
it's
cough,
colds,
haven't we?
isn't it? It's
Annoying
that
coughs
time
and
of the
colds.
year.
Annoying, aren't they? So annoying.
No, I don't mind. I do mind. I want to get rid of it.
Yeah,
but anyway. Yes, so Wisteria Amethyst Falls. It's a more compact variety from America. Grows well here in the UK, actually. I am growing one. I planted it out earlier this year. It was this size when I planted it. I put it into a tower pot, which I'm going to talk to you about in a bit. The foliage on it is filled out. It is already luscious and lovely. What happens with this, though, is it is going to flower reliably for you in the first year. So I'm going to get flowers on mine early next year, sort of April time. Oh, look at those.
Aren't they lovely?
I do love wisteria. I've always loved wisteria. I've got two wisterias, actually, because I'm boasting. Mine both grow in pots, though, because I love them so much. If I ever move away from that house, I want to be able to take them with me. And they're beautiful. The flowers, they're kind of, I don't know, I always think of them being wistful. Maybe I just say wistful because of the name Wisteria. But they're so pretty. Those kind of grape-like bunches of flowers that you get. They're just gorgeous.
And the fragrance, ours gives off lovely fragrance.
It's a beautiful smell that you get from these. Yeah, absolutely. The big thing is you are going to get flowers in your first year. So if you plant these now, you will get flowers next year. Once it gets established and stuff, you will get flowers from this. They normally flower April, May time, but then often, in fact, with both of mine, yeah, you get two flushes of flowers. You do. You get two flushes. The second flush.
You just had a little moment.
I just had a little think about it.
Oh, yeah, you do. You do.
About September time, I always get a second flush. Certainly on the one that's more established.
Okay.
I get a second flush of flowers. It's less, but you do get a second flush of flowers. It's brilliant, honestly.
Yeah.
They can be pruned to maintain the shape quite happily as well. So if it does get a bit unruly after the first few years, you can prune it back. And actually, it's really good to prune your wisteria back because it does encourage more blooms to come through. It comes to you on the trellises, so it's ready. It's already. You can see how it's twisting around. Yeah. It's amazing how these climbers actually do find their way and twist around. But it gets covered in this beautiful foliage, and then those gorgeous flowers that come on there as well. It will grow over trellises, pergolas, walls, fences if you want it to. You can happily train it to do that, and that would be absolutely beautiful. But and it's a winter hardy plant as well, so it comes to you with the guarantee from us here at YouGarden. This was grown, this was our lovely Angela, who used to be me.
Yes.
She used to come and talk to you about all the plants. This was grown in her garden, and it's called Amethyst Falls because it does kind of waterfall forward. So you can see she's trained it up a fence on a trellis, but then when it gets to the top, it kind of waterfalls forwards. It's so pretty, and then gets covered in those flowers on there. Wildlife love it, of course they do. They love all of the flowers on there, and as it establishes, it just gets better and better every single year, and it can last you for a very long time, many years. In fact, what was I reading? There's a really old wisteria somewhere, I can't remember, it was like 127 years old or something or other, like one plant. I was reading up on it recently.
Fabulous.
Fascinating, really interesting.
And that's the great thing with plants, isn't it? They have their own history, their own heritage. Totally. But you can build that heritage in your garden. Amethyst Falls, if you want that gorgeous purple flower to come into your garden with the fragrance that you get as well. $24.99, but it's a double up deal. If you put 2 in your basket, you'll get 2 for $29.98.
Yeah, and if you've got, so if you're trying to grow it over a pergola or a fence or something, one at either side, and it will join up and meet, and you'll get that coverage quicker. This is why it's great to actually buy these in pairs, or you can buy one as a gift for somebody, which I love the idea of.
Keep one, give one away.
Yeah.
And now we talked about the tower pot. This is your tower pot, isn't it?
Okay, so that is the Wisteria Amethyst Falls. I planted that, I'll have to look at the dates, but I'm sure it was about May, maybe June.
Now we say tower pot, that just looks like a pot because you can't see the tower pot, it's so full.
Yeah, absolutely. So that Wisteria Falls planted into a tower pot May, early June time this year.
Wow.
And that is how much it's filled out. And I promise you it was the size of the ones that we are showing you.
That's grown
It was
quick.
like that, just like that. So it will grow. You know, the foliage will grow beautifully.
This is the pot that we just saw that Bex has grown
Absolutely, exactly the same pot that you can't see the top of, you can only see the bottom of.
Yes.
It comes to you in 4 parts. So you've got the pot at the bottom, you can see where this joins here, and there's a little latch just there, so it just clips together. Same for the middle bit, and the same for the top bit. So those are the 4 pieces, and they all just clip together. You can see that it's malleable, it moves, it's made of plastic, it's made of frost-resistant, UV-stabilised plastic. So this is designed to last you for years and years and years. It's not going to, crack and break because of the weather. If at any point you don't want to use it as a tower pot anymore, I don't see why, but if you can unclip the bits at the bottom and just use it as a plant pot at the bottom. So the benefits of this one is because it's plastic and it's lightweight, that makes it easier to move around your garden. It has a trough at the bottom to help for containing water in there. So there's a lovely kind of water trough right at the bottom. Plus there is a drainage hole in the bottom of there as well. So this is brilliant for using for any kind of climber. Obviously, if you're going for your wisteria, that was a great one to use it for. But I think you could be going for this for a bunch of other reasons as well. Maybe you're growing sweet peas. Maybe you're growing green beans, maybe.
Anything.
We've got a tracheospermum, we've got the star jasmine coming up later on.
Yeah.
You could grow any climate in here, and it will be brilliant. So I've got 2 of these. I've got one with the star jasmine, and I've got one with the wisteria in. I think they're brilliant. You can move them around, and the other thing is you get a 360-degree display from this.
I love that, yeah, all the way around. So if you at one end of the garden and you're looking down towards your tower pot, you get a display. If you're looking out the patio window, you get the display all the way around.
Get your hand in the holes, they're nice big holes, so if you do need to get your hand in to manoeuvre things around, you can do, yeah.
I mean, even this one,
it's pretty,
fantastic, isn't it? And they fill out so beautifully, and that's why you get such good. You can see it just peeking out the top there. It comes at $19.99 for your £5 saving. Clematis, wisteria, as Beck said, runner beans. There's so many different things you can use that for. The jasmine that we've got on the show would be brilliant. 130461 for your tower planter. Now, if you did like the look of the wisteria, let's just give you a quick reminder of what we've got there with your wisteria. And remember, they do come on trellises already. They're pre-planted. $24.99 for one. If you do want to double up there and put 2 in your basket, and it'll just be a £5 extra. It'll be $29.98, and you'll get the 2 Wisteria Amethyst Falls. Your item number there is 550238. All the deals we talk about, the double ups, the buy one get one frees, the half prices, you've got to use the code YGTV40 to make sure you get all those deals. Lovely to have your company on this Thursday morning. We're here right through until 1 p.m. If you didn't see the Fatsia earlier, I think this is going to be the show favourite. I really do. It's a beautiful plant. It comes in a 3-litre pot. It's got such gorgeous glossy leaves. It's so healthy looking. You're going to love it because it stays in leaf all year round. It's evergreen. There it is, the plant we're going to bring you. And all the plants that we show you come directly from the stock here in the nursery. So the sizes are the sizes that will be delivered to you at home, and all speciality packed. 510910 is your item number for your Fatsia. You're back in the room.
Back in the room.
We're going to talk about the compost.
Blow my nose, had a little cough.
She's had a little refresh. We should get a little wet wipe, rub down.
We're all good. We're all good.
We're good to go. Now,
I'm in the dirt now.
It's a favourite, it really is. It's a garden essential. It's compost that makes a difference because of the way it's put together, and it's truly multi-purpose, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is multi-purpose. This is a this is a compost that you can use all over your garden, and we say loads of people are seed sowing right now, aren't we? There's loads of seeds to be sown.
Yeah.
I'm not a big seed sower. I'm going to give it a go at some point. But yeah, if you want to sow seeds, this is absolutely fantastic to put those in. Right the way through, if you're planting big trees, this is fantastic to plant those in as well, and everything in between, really. There's a few exceptions, like we often talk about ericaceous loving plants, so your rhododendrons, your azaleas, blueberries that love an ericaceous compost. You don't want to put these in here, but if you do need ericaceous compost, go onto our website and have a little look. But everything else is going to live such a happy life in this compost. Can you see that little green ball? Right there.
Little fella there.
Little fella right there. Okay,
We're
that
coming
is a slow release fertiliser. There's lots of those little green balls dotted around inside that compost. That is one of the incredible ingredients in here that's going to make your plants live their happiest life inside this compost. We've also got 3 different types of peat, black and white peat. It makes up less than 50% of the entire volume of the actual compost. It has been reduced over the years because we know obviously there's an environmental issue with that, and then that has been replaced with other scientifically backed amazing ingredients. We've got composted wood fibre in here that really helps with this gorgeous texture. It also allows for even water distribution. It helps for moisture to be retained within the compost as well. There's a wetting agent, there's lime to balance out the pH, which is what makes this truly an all-round compost for you to use on all these different types of plants as well. So it's really... and it's always made to the same ingredients list, the same quantity. So you can always be assured of getting the same quality, consistent quality every single time. It's been reviewed in its thousands, loads of people have reviewed this compost. And these are the reasons why. When we look at a plant that was grown in our premium professional compost, compared to a plant that was grown in that standard compost, you can see the difference of that root structure. It is absolutely incredible, the difference that this makes. That's underground. We can't normally see that going on. What we can see is what is above the ground. And why do we grow plants? We grow plants because we want our gardens to look beautiful. We want big flowers. We want luscious foliage. We want lots of fruits, no matter what that is, whether it's your strawberries or your apple trees or whatever it is that you're growing. We want the best out of the plants that we grow. One of the best things that you can do in order to ensure that is to grow them in the right compost. And this is the right compost to do that with.
Honestly, when you look at the reviews that Bex was talking about, whether it's reviews we've had over the years or you look at the reviews on the YouGarden website, people rave about what a difference it makes, how it's the best. Excellent quality and delivered in convenient sized bags. Best compost I've ever used. Repeat purchase. Good quality product. Excellent to deal with. Quick delivery. Would give it 6 stars if I could. I like that one. That's a good one. Best compost I've ever used. Plants thrive. So whether it's seeds right through to trees, it could be house plants, it could be mixing it with your existing soil. Back to your clay soil.
Well, I've been doing it. So it takes a while, doesn't it, to kind of improve your soil quality, and I've been gradually doing it using this compost and a few other things. But as I dig my plants in, as I plant something new, what I do is I try and dig a much bigger hole than I need to, and then I'll add some of this into that hole. I'll start really sort of breaking it down. I get the hoe out and I'm there just like going at the ground.
The proper good life.
It is proper good life. But really digging into it, and it does really improve that soil quality, and I'm seeing the difference. Like I've got a Sambucus black lace, the black one with the lovely pink flowers on it. I planted that years ago, and it was a bit meh. I'm here, I'm surviving, but it wasn't really thriving. And what I did was I got some of this and I started I haven't dug the plant up, but I've started to dig some of this in and around it. This year, I actually got the pink flowers on it. I haven't had pink flowers before. All of a sudden, I'm noticing the difference that it's starting to make,
and honestly, get it home and see what a difference it makes to your garden. See the rewards that you get. I was probably probably the same as you. If you've not had it before, can it make a difference? It makes a huge difference to the way you grow in your garden. 2 50-litre bags, as you can see there in front. $24.98 is the price. The postage is included. You can multi-order if you want to with your compost. Really stock up. 100-125 is your item number. Remember, with every order, you're going to get 60 free bulbs. The summer solstice mix. All you've got to do is use the code YGTV40. And do you know what I would definitely do if I'm going for the compost? I'd take the basket price over £30, and everything then in your basket will come with that free delivery that we're talking about. Now, the beanstalk has arrived.
It is the beanstalk, isn't it? Okay, this is really tall. What are we saying? 1 metre tall?
This is big. Still going.
They might trim a bit off
Ours is more than 1 metre.
They might trim a little bit off it for it to get in the packaging, but that's
imagine
not
the
a
box
problem.
that's going to come in, and imagine if you're getting that delivered free if you go over the £30 mark. Now, $14.99 is your price. It's half price.
That's amazing,
isn't it? For something like this,
honestly, delivered to your door, speciality packaged. I absolutely adore star jasmine. As I say, I've actually got 2 of these. One is growing in the tower pots. We showed you a tower pot earlier on. So one's growing in a tower pot. Love it because it means I can move it around the garden. Because the thing with jasmine, star jasmine as well, you get these lovely little white flowers on there, but it gets covered. It gets totally covered in them. And the scent that you get from jasmine is the sweetest, most aromatic, delicious smell, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fragrance is beautiful. So that's why I like it in the tower pot, so I can move that around. So on a summer's evening, if I'm sitting outside, I don't want it over there. I want it near me,
so I can get that.
Smell it. It's lovely. And I've got another one, teeny tiny. It's only about this big at the moment, but I'm going to train that to go over a fence.
Okay.
Because that's right next to the conservatory, which I'm going to knock down at some point and build my pergola there.
She's got a plan.
I got a plan. I just need some cash. But then it's going to be right next to the seating area, which means that because this is lush evergreen, and it's that lovely, gorgeous, glossy evergreen foliage that we've got on there, so that even when I'm sitting out there in the autumn or the winter, because I intend to be out there during the winter months, you can quite happily do that, I'm still going to have something lush and green and evergreen to look at. And then during the summer months, when it's covered in those lovely little pinwheel, Catherine wheel scented flowers, I'm going to get the scent from it as well.
And do you know what? It's really it's sweet, but it's a natural fragrance. It's not overpowering. It's not artificial, is it?
No, not at all. And it's a proven performer, this one. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. They know what they're talking about when it comes to plants. It's winter hardy, so it comes to you with that guarantee from us here at YouGarden. If it fails to thrive, we will replace it for you free of charge. You just need to cover that postage costs. It's hardy down to about -5. This one's a pretty established plant. It's not a baby like mine is.
Yeah.
I will definitely be mulching mine this year to make sure that it gets through. I would recommend you mulch anything that you put in your garden, but this one's pretty well established, so I don't think you'd have too many problems with this, obviously depending on where you live and what the weather comes down to. It thrives in a sunny, sheltered spot. One of mine is in a full sun position, full sun. The other one actually doesn't get a massive amount of sun, but that's the baby one. So I can't really tell you how it's surviving at the moment.
How it's doing so far.
I'll let you know next year. It's alive, so it's doing all right at the moment. It only gets evening sun, basically. It doesn't get... When we say full sun, we normally mean at least 6 hours of sun every day.
Okay.
Minimum of 6 hours is what you mean by full sun. Mine probably gets sun from about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's not really a full sun position. So I'll let you know how it's going and whether I have to move it.
If you want to go for the jasmine at this size, the value is brilliant.
Oh, it's amazing.
$14.99. 550018 is your item number. It comes in that pot that you see there, 19 centimetre diameter.
That is the premium professional compost.
Yeah, that's the other thing to say,
That's premium professional compost right there, that is being grown in.
And that's the reason the nursery use it. That's why it's professional compost, because the nursery uses it. Not because you need to be a professional. The great thing is that they get this uniform. I couldn't believe it. When I first came to the nursery and I went into different sections and saw all the plants of the same variety, they're all the same size.
I know, it's clever, isn't it?
How do you... But that's part of the compost story, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Best opportunity for your plants with the compost, and your jasmine is beautiful. 5500 41018 is your item number there if you want to go for your Tracheospermum jasminoid. It's beautiful, it really is, and the fragrance again that you get from that one is stunning. Remember, every order you will get those 60 free bulbs. If you go over £30, you'll get free delivery on everything as long as you use the code YGTV40. Now, the Pansy Cool Wave and the Garden Ready plants, these are winter favourites. You want to have that flowering throughout the season. That's what you'll get with your Pansy Cool Wave. You get 10 Garden Ready plants. Well, you don't. You get 20 because it's a buy one, get one free. Now, with our buy one, get one frees, all you've got to do is put one in your basket and use the code and we'll give you another one. 400,967. Lovely trail on these Pansy Cool Waves. So if you want to use them on baskets, they're great in pots, in planters, and you'll still get that nice trail over the edge of your planters if you want to put them in there. You've got purples, you've got yellows and lilacs, that lovely winter white. 400,967 is your item number there. Postage included on that one. Now, your garden ready deals that are half price are spectacular value. First of all, the lobelia, Queen Victoria. This is the most stunning, rich red foliage. And then when the flowers grow, the stems come through, they go up to about 90 centimetres, nice and tall, but they have this red flower that is a real pop of colour, a real talking point, a real focal point in the garden. We're giving you 10 garden ready plants for just £7.50. Don't forget, if you're in the club, you will get 10% off all of these prices that I'm talking about. Another garden ready, another half price is the Rudbeckia, those lovely golden yellow flowers that you can see there. Great for the bees and the butterflies. They're like landing pads, that lovely black centre that you've got there. And 10 garden ready plants at £7.50 again. Half price deal as long as you're using those codes. The code we give you activates everything. YGTV40 410124. We got the erigeron. Now these are stunning, a sea of blossom, those daisy-like flowers that you can see there, and fill those gaps with your erigeron instead of those weeds poking through. 410120. You will get again a half price deal, 10 garden ready plants for just £7.50. If you go over that £30, you'll get your postage free. Remember, 410120 on your erigeron, the sea of blossom. The same flower changes colour. Then we go to your foxglove, your digitalis dalmatian mix. These are the same, half price, 10 garden ready plants, but you get a foxglove that is perfect for every garden. That lovely country cottage look that you can see there at £7.50. 410119 is your item number if you want to go for that Dalmatian mix and that lovely speckling that you can see there. Well, what else have we got? Well, let's remind you of a real favourite, the Fatsia. Brand new today for you, 510910. Lovely gloss to the leaves. We loved it when we saw it before we brought it on the show. You've loved it as well. Can understand why. It comes in a 3-litre pot. If you want to keep it in a pot, you can. I've got mine in a pot at home, and mine's in a tall, high pot, and it's just got really tall. It's nearly as tall as I am. However, if you want it to bush out, it'll come out to about 2 metres in diameter as it grows on. 510910 at $14.99. New today, that Fatsia. It's beautiful, it really is. Grass-wise, we've got the dragon grass. So this lovely black dragon grass that you see here. This is also new today. We're doing 3 9-centimetre pots there, but just $19.97. That's half the recommended retail. That's going to look great against the greens and the flowers in the garden. Maybe you've got slate in the garden, right by a driveway. It'll look fabulous. 560219 for your dragon grass. 3 9-centimetre pots there at $19.97. Now, if you want value, we've got value across the entire show. However, it doesn't get much better than the 300 bulb collection. Here, a variety of bulbs, 7 varieties, £20 off. You get 300 bulbs for $9.99. Tulips, those daffodils that you just saw, all going to flower at different times. They work out at £4 pence a bulb. There's even some alliums in there for you, a couple of different varieties of alliums. You can see the yellow allium that we've got there for you. I can't believe we've got 300 bulbs for $9.99. 630050. Now, whether it's bulbs, whether it's garden ready, we've also got the bare roots on the show. And if you've never used bare roots before, don't be afraid of these. When they arrive and you take them out the packaging, you'll be like, ooh, that's a bit unusual. And soak them in water, give them a good soaking, and then get them into the garden, either in pots and planters or borders, wherever you want to put them. The festival mix, the geranium potentilla, is stunning colours. That real gorgeous colour to keep the colour in the garden. The purple, the lilac, the yellow, the red, the white, the pink, all those colours in the festival mix for $14.99 with your postage included. 580039 is your item number on that one. And one more before we get back to Bex, the Nandina Firepower. This is one of my favourites on the show, got to be honest. You get a great rustling noise when the wind blows through these. They change colour as the weather changes. This is a double up deal. Now, double up deals, the way these work, if you put one in your basket, you'll get one for $14.99. If you put two in your basket, you'll only pay just about £5 extra. You'll get two for $19.98. They're big size as well, 2 litre pots. 510823 is your item number for the Nandina. Now, we talk about garden essentials and hardware. We've got lots of pots and planters on the show for you. And again, with the pots and the planters, we still get 10% discount if we're in the club, don't we?
Yes, we do. This is why you definitely need to join that club.
Yes, definitely.
£5 for the membership.
For the year.
For the year.
Annual
you can cancel
renewal.
at any time if you want to.
Why would
you won't, but...
Yeah, and that gives you 10% off all your plants, your planters, and then you've still got 5% off things like lawnmowers, things such as that. And you get £20 worth of vouchers that come in £5 increments that you can spend one £5 voucher every 3 months. So we're going to go to pots and planters. Yes, we are. And we've got 10 planters for $14.99.
I think these are awesome. £1.49 each is essentially what we're talking about. They look beautiful.
And if you go for these, remember, if you use the code, you'll still get 60 bulbs with your order.
Yeah, you will.
Oh my goodness.
You could probably put... you could put your crocuses, you could put your trightlia in there. You could probably put... I mean, the Alan Molly, they could go in there as well if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
They're free.
Do you know what? There's a few different things that you can put in here. So first of all, you are getting 10 of them. Look at the design on there. Aren't they beautiful? You get that kind of brushed look to them.
Like a metallic finish.
Yeah, metallic finish. They're really, really pretty. They're not metal. They're made of plastic.
Yep.
So these are lightweight, easy to carry around the garden, easy to manoeuvre, designed to last you for a long time. Got the drainage holes in the bottom there. Frost resistant, UV stabilised. So, I mean, I used to be quite snobby when it came to pots. I thought they had to be, you know, ceramic or glazed or, you know, I thought they had to be expensive
The
pots.
reason I stopped using those pots is because they're so heavy.
They're heavy. Well, the reason I stopped is because they're expensive.
Well, yeah, and really expensive.
You spend more often on the pot than on the plant.
And they crack, they break open. And we've got one plant in, and we should have replanted it already, but it's fought its way out, and it's breaking the pot. It's coming out so much.
Yeah. I've got one that's cracked, and I really should get rid of it.
We need to take our own advice, don't we?
I know, we do, don't we? But anyway, so these are plastic, easy to manoeuvre around. You're getting 10 of them. The value is absolutely amazing. There is a variety of things that you can plant in here. So let me get down here. For example, we've got Primrose Benelli, garden ready, nice compact plants, 20 by 20 centimetres is all we're talking. One each of those in there would be absolutely brilliant. Great. What about your these ones? Your garden ready pansy cool waves. One each of these would be happy in here. 40 by 40 centimetres is the spread. Shaun Ryan would be telling you no, stick 2 in there. And I get it. I do. He loves to overplant. He's impatient. He wants to.
It's a good job he's on holiday.
It's not me saying it. He said this himself. I'm not slating him just because he's not here. There's a lovely little bug climbing on me. Yeah, so you could put 2 in there if you want it to fill out quicker. Look, I get it, but you don't need to. 1 each of those would go in there quite happily.
Great little gifts these. If you go with those garden readies like the pansy cool waves and you go for the planters, imagine giving those as little gifts.
I think that's a
brilliant.
That is a lovely idea.
And you've done it yourself.
I love that. And 10 of those, get your pansy cool waves, which you get 20 of those, right?
Yep, you do.
So use 10 of them to plant in here. There's 10 little gifts to give to somebody.
How brilliant is that?
And then you've still got 10 of the garden ready pansy cool waves to use.
That'd only be £30. The pansy cool wave, it wouldn't even be £30. And your pots, £30. Brilliant.
10 gifts.
10 gifts. £3 each.
Sorted.
Or you could sell them on.
Sorted.
You could sell them on. Do you know what? If you just go over that £30 threshold, you won't even pay any postage on anything.
Get your pansy cool waves because you get 20 of them, and get 2 sets of those so you get 20 pots.
Oh my goodness. We're on fire here.
Excuse me. And
we
there you
really
go.
are.
Then you've got
great
20
deal
gifts.
on those. 10 pots, $14.99, work out less than $1.50 each. Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Next up, now we haven't seen these today. We had these yesterday. There were people multi-ordering these.
Yeah, and I really like the idea of these. I've got a couple of trough planters at home. These, I mean, we call them window boxes. They don't have to be window boxes. These can go on the ground quite happily.
Yeah.
They've got the drainage holes in here as well. I do like the trough planters. I've got mine that sit in front of the toy box. So I've got tall plants growing in them, and it kind of covers the front of the toy box, you know, the outdoor toy box, because it, you know, just covers up what is essentially quite an ugly space. But you can have these going down the side of a pathway, going down the side of the driveway.
Round the patio.
Have them round the patio, absolutely. You can create almost your own little border by using these, particularly if you multi-ordered these.
A little wall, couldn't you?
Yeah, really, really good. You could grow like little Buxus hedges things in here, which would be really nice to create that lovely border. There's so many ideas for these. Again, they are made of plastic, so these are not going to crack and break and, you know, all of those things, but they are nice and weather resistant as well. So again, designed to last you for a long time, but they've got that kind of terracotta look to them as well. So it gives you that design look if that's what you want.
130177 is your item number there. That's $7.99 for one, but again, we've got a double up deal here for you. So if you put 2 in your basket, you won't pay £16. You'll pay $11.98. They come down to $6.99 each.
Nice.
That's brilliant.
That's a great price, honestly. Maybe herbs. So if you've got a tray, because obviously they've got the holes underneath, and you're growing indoors, and you're growing herbs indoors on a windowsill, stick a tray underneath them, and you could have a lovely little
herb garden.
Little herb garden in the kitchen on your windowsill.
Yeah, I like that. $7.99 for 1, 2 for $11.98. That is brilliant, isn't it? Now we then go to our heavy duty pots.
Yeah, I love these.
Now you're going to get 4 of these. We've got 2 on the counter because that's all we can fit. These are great sizes.
Yeah.
First of all, take 30 litres in the capacity that we've got there. 130011. You're going to get 4. What are we going to use these for?
Oh, everything. Like everything, honestly. So these traditionally are used at the nursery here for growing fruit trees in, and they're excellent for that because a few different reasons. They've got 2 handles that are moulded onto here, so these handles are not going to snap off or break or anything like that. They will last you for such a long time. They have the drainage holes not only in the bottom but also around the side as well. So this is really important for any plant. You don't want them to get waterlogged, but certain plants. Like my potatoes one year got completely waterlogged because I wasn't using the right pot, and they just rotted and were disgusting. You shouldn't have that problem with something like this because they've got the amazing drainage holes, not only at the side but also at the bottom as well. So great for growing stuff in. I've got a cordyline growing in one of these. It looks absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it looks really good growing in here. It's easy for you to move around the garden because of the handles on here as well. So if it is, you know, a big plant, and obviously once this is full of compost, it will be heavy. One of you on either side holding this, you're going to be able to move it around. It's also, are you pointing out the lip?
They're moulded in, aren't they,
they're
those
moulded
handles?
in,
so you don't have to.
You can see it.
Sometimes I would worry about the handles snapping off, but they're moulded into the actual pot.
Moulded into it, so really you should not have that problem at all. In fact, I mean, I've had mine Oh God, I don't even know how long I've had mine. I've had them for a long time. And Ryan was saying the other day he's had his for at least 10 years, if not more, and they're still going. They're still going really, really strong. So yes, you can use them for growing in strawberries, potatoes, fruit trees, like all sorts of different things that you can grow in here. I've got a cordyline you can grow. I mean, you can put your pansy cool waves in here all around and they'll grow over the edges, no problem. So you can grow flowers and plants in here as well. But you can also use them for things like storage. So if you've got logs, if you've got a wood burner, you can put your logs in here. I use mine a lot for garden clearance. So when I'm going around collecting all the leaves and the weeds and things, brilliant. Absolutely, I've got one of these going. I have one in the kitchen for putting all my recycling in before it goes out to the big bin outside. I know somebody who keeps all their car cleaning equipment in here. Brilliant, so great as a tidy, container for in your sheds and garages as well. These are historically one of our absolute best sellers. You will use them.
Yeah.
You will use them.
And you'll find your own uses for them, and you'll use them and use them and use them again.
If you've got some, if you're watching now, I'm sure there's loads of you that are watching now that have been watching us for many years. Please message in. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can message on there. Message in and tell us what you use your heavy-duty pots for. I'd love to know, because obviously I give all of my experiences, but I'd love to know what you're using them for.
Then we can pinch your ideas as well, can't we? 19.99 gets you 4 of those, not 2. You'll get that twice, 4 of them in total. 130011 is your item number. Postage is included in that one for you. Now, we've talked about the compost, what a difference compost can make for you. We've got some great fertilizers on the show. We did these for the first time, well, I did for the first time yesterday.
Me too.
They were really popular, and the reason being, well, it's cow manure we're going to talk about first of all, but it's pellet form, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pellet form, so it's 100% natural, organic, cow manure, but it's been put through a process in order to turn it into pellets. Yeah, so it's a bit of an easier way to spread it around your garden with it being in pellet form.
Yes.
The tip here is to spread it just before rain is forecast.
Okay.
You know, we're going to get loads of rain at some point soon, aren't we? So that should be easy enough to do. But this is going to be great for your lawns, for your pots, for your borders. There's so many places. I mean, honestly, you can spread this over your lawns. It's going to add all those vital nutrients back into your lawns, your pots, your borders, etc. And to do it just before the rain comes, obviously the rain's going to help that to then get into the ground. Those nutrients are taken out of the ground by, our plants and all of those sorts of things. So we need to add those back into the ground. It's all about giving our plants the absolute best start and the best continued life. It's nitrates and phosphates and potassium and all that sort of stuff that this is going to add back into the ground for you. And now is a really good time to do that, just before, the heavy rains and the winter months come. Whilst we're planting out our bare roots, for example, if you're planting out bare roots, particularly roses and stuff like that, it's really good to add in this sort of stuff into the ground so that you give them the best start. So that's the cow manure pellets. Now, when it comes to cow manure pellets, there's certain things that don't like the cow manure, like potatoes, carrots, peas, beans.
Yeah.
There's a few different things that don't like so much the cow manure, so you might want to go for the chicken manure instead. And
we have that as well. Now, your cow manure is half price. It's $13.49. The postage is included on that as well. Great fertiliser for the gardeners, Bex has just explained. 100-124 is your item number there. But then, if you need the chicken manure, 100-123 is your item number here. Still half price, $13.49. Postage included, and again, it's that natural fertilisation.
Exactly, natural fertilisation. Same story here. Been through that process in order to turn it into pellets. It's been sanitised because obviously, chicken, we need it to be sanitised, so it's been through that process. And again, this is for use all over the garden, so lawns, borders, pots, etc. The only things, so it's like ericaceous loving plants, your rhododendrons, azaleas, etc. that don't like the chicken one, so you'd want to go for the cow one for that one. So listen, you'll know, depending on the kind of plants that you've got out there, have a little look on the website, do a little bit of research, go for the one or both of them. You might want both in your garden. I've got azaleas and rhododendrons and things.
Okay.
Plus, I grow some of the things that don't like the cow. So I'd probably need both of these in my garden. Absolutely.
I think that's what happened yesterday. Most people went for both.
Most people went for both, and it was because you've got that mixture of stuff going on in your garden. Both of them are fabulous for improving soil texture, for helping water retention in the ground, for adding all of those vital nutrients back into our lawns, borders and gardens, because obviously the plants take the nutrients out and we need to add those nutrients back in. It helps to improve biodiversity, those microorganisms that we have living in the soil that are vital for providing us with healthy gardens. So yeah, now's a really good time, and particularly because those are on such an amazing deal, that's going to be a really good one to add to your basket.
And so much easier to work with because they're in pellet form, remember? So much easier for you to use in the garden. Pelleted chicken manure, 5 kilo bag, half price, $13.49, postage included. Let's move away from the manure and come to this beautiful hydrangea. What are you doing?
I'm beating it up.
Stop it. Leave it alone.
I'm doing it on purpose. I am being exactly that, Stuart. I'm being the British weather. This is one of the reasons. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Now you see.
I'm so sorry.
You've got to apologise and be nice.
No, but I just want to show you. This is one of the reasons that we adore hydrangea so much, and particularly I think the paniculata variety, because they're really, really hardy, really, really sturdy. They can deal with, you know, a lot of the worst of the British weather. This panicle that you get of flowers on the paniculata, which, I mean, that's quite a small one in actual fact.
Yeah, they really shape, don't they? Really
do get quite dense cone-like shapes going on here. With look, that's exactly what we mean. Densely packed ice cream cone-shaped panicles of these beautiful flowers. They start off. How do they start? Did they start white? No, they start lime green. Then they turn to white, and then they go a little blush pink colour on there as well. So lovely different colour changes that you get with those. It's so pretty. Flowering June, July, August, September, October. Like, this goes on for quite a while. They're excellent as cut flowers. They're quite imposing in a good way within a cut flower bouquet for you to bring into your home. They're also awesome as dried flowers as well, if you can bear to cut them and then dry them. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant border plant, brilliant feature plant in a pot as well. Hydrangeas, they're a British favourite, aren't they? We see them all over the place, and there's so many different varieties.
Traditionally, though, you're looking at pink or blue, like a purpley blue. To get these kind of colours, I think, is stunning.
I like the limelight. I like the lime green colour.
Actually, I think we've got one of these in the corner of the garden now. You've said
maybe you have.
Yeah, we have.
We've got
it this
bride.
season. Yeah, this is the one we got, and we've got it in a pot, but we've placed it in the corner. We've only got a little courtyard garden at home, and we put it in the corner. And honestly, those cones that you were talking about really stood out.
They do. It is a standout plant. Obviously, it's a hydrangea, so it does need water, and particularly if you're keeping it in a pot, you're going to have to give it, hydra. Exactly. So if it's a pot plant, you are going to need to keep an eye on it and give it plenty of water. But honestly, these are just such performers for us, and the Royal Horticultural Society have given it that award of garden merit. So again, it is a proven performer. Try and give it as much sun as you can possibly give it. This is not going to want a shady border. You do want as much sun as you can get, but it's winter hardy. It's easy to grow, and wildlife love it.
It's $12.99. I think that's a brilliant price. It's a really big size, isn't it?
I mean,
17 centimetre pot. It's really well established.
Again, look at the compost that's in here.
Yeah, it's our compost. $12.99 is your price. 511168 is your item number there.
You can see that it's our premium professional compost in there.
You can't you?
Not making it up when I say the plants are grown in it.
No.
There
it's all about getting the best results, and that's what we want. So we use that professional premium compost. Next up, it's in here as well, is the Agapanthus that we've got for you. Now, this is a big one.
I love
Agapanthus here, but a great price. Half price, $17.50 is the price. Should be $34.99. 20 centimetre pot, really big, well established.
This is the one that my mum wants.
Okay.
She's messaged me. Can I get my hands on one?
Okay.
This is it.
Well, you better make an order in the break.
But I better make an order, hadn't I?
Yeah.
She wants one of these. This is a half price deal, so this is absolutely fantastic. Look how big this is. I'm just going to lift it, and it is heavy, so bear with me. Look at the size of this pot.
Now,
That's amazing.
Stu's just reminding us, you've got to use the code to get this price.
Oh yes, it's very important.
$34.99 comes down to $17.50 if you use the code YGTV40. If anything doesn't look right on your basket, if you're not getting getting an extra one or any of those deals aren't being activated, you must use the code YGTV40. So back to this.
Okay, yeah, this is a big plant. Look at this luscious green foliage that you're getting on here. So with Agapanthus, it's definitely about the flowers, isn't it? We love the starburst firework of flowers, but actually looking at a plant just with the foliage, it's that lovely luscious green foliage that you've got on here. Now what rises up out of the top of here, and it is tall, it's a boy, I don't know why. This boy gets really tall. We're talking the flowers come up from this, and you get the biggest explosion of flowers from the top of these. They are absolutely gorgeous. Known as the African lily, it is a head turner, it is stunning, it is a perennial, it forms clumps, it gets bigger and better over the years, and you get more and more and more flower spikes and coming out of the top of these. Remember that it is a herbaceous perennial. It'll die back down, but it springs back into life for you. July, August, September time, you get that, and they really are show-stopping. If you've not, sure, you must have seen Agapanthus. You've seen Agapanthus out there. See, that to me, it's the flower on its own. When you see just the flower, that looks beautiful, but it's one flower on its own.
It is. It's
that
on a
gives
single
you that
stem, and that pop, that firework, like you say.
That's what really makes your
really
head
shows
turn.
the detail of all the intricate pieces of the flower, doesn't it?
Totally. And I love the way that it opens, like that. Look. Yeah. I love the way that it opens. You get all those buds on there, and then you get some that are open and some that are waiting to open. Yeah. Just like a firework explodes. That's why we always talk about it being a firework display. It's stunning. Now you can plant it out. Yes, please plant it out in your borders. You can absolutely do that. It wants the roots to be hugged, so create that illusion either by planting it in amongst other plants where it'll feel like it's really restricted.
Yes.
It's weird, but it wants to feel restricted. Perfect as a pot plant. In fact, we have some urns that are really great. This would look great in an urn.
Nice.
Oh, it'd look amazing. So yeah, it's great as a pot plant because then it'll feel like its roots are being restricted. It's just so beautiful, and at this price, right, when Agapanthus is in full bloom, so if we brought you this Agapanthus in the summer next year and it's coming into flowers, we'll be able to charge double, triple the price. Of course we would. And this is where a lot of garden centres and things make their money. Now's the time where you can get an absolute bargain.
And you go on the journey with the plant. That's what I love about it. You see it thrive, you see it grow on, and then you see those flowers, those fireworks emerge. $17.50, use the code YGTV40, 680130 is your item number. Remember, if you spend over £30, you'll get free delivery on everything. So on an item like that, where your delivery is normally $6.99, if you can take your basket price over £30, you'll get free delivery on everything you go for. We are going to include with every purchase 60 bulbs. 60 bulbs, that summer solstice mix that we are showing you right now. You will get 60 of those. You get irises in there, stunning alliums in the yellow that you've got, and the Epheum, 60 summer solstice bulbs that we get for you included in the deal. Just use your code YGTV40 is your code.
I think they're Tritlia that come in the summer solstice.
Tritlia.
Not Epheum.
Okay, so recap, 60 bulbs.
60 bulbs, 20 of each. They do look a bit similar. 20 of each. The Dutch
She's telling Stu off, and I said it, so you should be telling us both off.
They look similar, they do. So you get the 20 of the allium molly, which is the yellow one. So you're getting 20 of the Tritlia, and you're getting 20 of the Dutch mixed iris going there.
Good job you're here. It's tag team in here. Tag team. Tag.
All right, I'll do it.
So that's your free gift. But speaking of bulbs, now we're going to lose her again here.
You are going to lose
Allium
me.
collection.
I'm so
here.
sorry. Alliums Anonymous.
Love.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of alliums. I only discovered them. I knew about them. I just never grown them before. And I think once you grow something, that's where you really get the bug.
Yeah, you get into
and I got the bug. I got the bug for alliums. I think they are just the most beautiful. So I got the big purple globe ones. You know, the ones that you think of.
The ones you think of. I think
traditionally as an allium.
And those displays we talk about that we've seen at the RHS shows and the BBC Good Gardening shows.
Yeah.
They're the ones, the traditional big, but there's so many more out there.
There's so many, like the molly and a few different ones that I'd never really turned on to before, and the drumsticks like you're seeing here, they are so pretty, and I love how the bees love them. So the number of videos I took on my phone of bees dotting around all the alliums this year was incredible. That you're getting such a big collection in, those are the ones I grew. You're getting a really big collection here with 100 bulbs, 7 different varieties, and it gives you such an explosion of colour. You get really spectacular displays from these. They are used heavily by sort of garden designers. They definitely give that Instagram-worthy look to a garden, don't they? They are really, really pretty. Winter hardy, great as cut flowers, excellent if you leave them to dry as well. You can get great dried cut flower displays from these too. I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to grow as many as I can, and then I'm going to cut them and dry them and see what kind of
dried displays.
Maybe I'll succeed, maybe I won't. Perfect for pollinators. Royal Horticultural Society have given them that badge as well, and I can definitely attest to that because I saw how much the bees enjoyed, dotting around all of those flowers. So you get the 7 different varieties included in here, and it's all listed on the bag for you. So 5 of the Allium nigrum, you get 25 of the Allium molly, 25 of the Allium spherocephalon. Thank you very much. I've learned that.
Well done.
25 of the Allium neapolitanum, 6 of that one that I haven't learnt the name of, 7 of the Christopher and 7 of the Purple Sensation. So that is the big bag. They all come in, and then you also get the individual bags inside there as well.
So they're all marked, so you all know what you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what you're getting and what you're planting. But I like the idea of because they will all come up at slightly different heights and just slightly different times, not completely different times, but between April, May, June, that's when these are going to come up and flower for you. So I quite like the idea of recreating what you can see here and mixing them all up together.
I think they're lovely, and they're so unusual to have those different varieties. 100 bulbs for $14.99.
It's really good stuff.
630126 is your item number there. You're going to get your 60 bulbs with every order, remember, so you'll get those on top of your alliums. However, the best value when it comes to bulbs
the
is this spectacular collection. You're going to get 300 of these. Works out at 4p a bulb, a £20 saving when it comes to your complete spring flowering bulb collection. They'll all flower at a slightly different time, so they'll take you through the season. At $9.99, that value is spectacular. You've got alliums in there, you've got tulips in there, a great collection for just $9.99. And I've got to remind you as well, if you're not already in the club, make sure you join the club because you get 10% off all of your plant purchases. The discount club works like this. The auto renewal is the best way to go with it. Yearly subscription of £5. You're saving £15 there, but it gets you 10% off all your plants and your accessories. It gets you 5% off things like outdoor living, like lawn mowers and garden furniture. £20 worth of vouchers, and all you've got to do is join that club. You can add it into your basket as you're shopping, and you'll get the benefits of the club straight away. Do not leave without joining the club.
No, please join the club. I mean, it's for your benefit, really.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And the savings are brilliant. Now, tulips. But tulips, whenever I've done these on shows in the past, wherever we've done YouGarden, you've loved this variety.
Yeah.
It's a great collection and great colours that you get.
Absolutely fantastic. Definitely one of the better sellers. I mean, there's so many varieties of tulips out there, so many beautiful ones, and we brought several of them over the last few weeks. I fall in love with tulips every single time I talk about them. But this one is one of the absolute most popular, collections. It's the purple mix, and I get it. I am a big fan of the purple mix, but it's not just purple, is it? You've got lovely kind of pinky purples, regal purples, plus you're getting that fimbriata one in there. And planted all together like this, that display that you're creating is just so pretty, isn't it? Lovely kind of upright, sturdy stems, 50 centimetres in height we're talking here. Total bestseller every single year. carefully selected blend of colours with that fimbriata fringed effect on one of them. It's iconic spring bulb. This is why we adore tulips. It's full of hope. This is what I always think when I see the tulips coming up. I know it's the sign that the cold is over. We're coming into the warm, light days. That's why I love tulips, because it just makes me feel like, yes, we're done with that horrible winter thing.
And what a collection this
Beautiful.
is. As Bex just said, a beautiful collection of purples, lilacs, rich, dark, royal purples. So, $9.99 for 25 bulbs.
That's one bag.
But the double up deal, put a second one in there, it'll only be another $4.99. So you'll get 50 in total, and they'll work out at $7.99 each. Does it work out? No. Yep. Double up deal. So no, $7.50, isn't it? $7.50. If you go for two of those, they'll work out for each package. So 50 bulbs. That'll be a lovely display and lovely cut flowers.
Honestly, amazing display you'll get from 50 bulbs if you plant all of those together in one area, or a few in different pots and things. And you've got enough then to be able to use as cut flowers to bring in the home as well.
600 245. If you had two in, you double up deal, you get two for $14.98. In fact, let's show you what it's like shopping and how you can save so much. So we've got the compost in there. Great price on that. You're not paying any delivery on it. The trailing hardy pansy cool wave mix that you've got there. We've put one in. We've used the code, so we've got a free one in there as well. We've thrown another one in for you. There, we've got the Fatsia, obviously, at $14.99. You've already got a £5 saving there. The Paradise, it comes down to $7.49 each. And again, you've just added two in. You've got your free bulbs there as well. And we've decided to add in those lovely Phoenix palms as well. We've added one, we got one for free because we've used that fabulous code. So it's quite a big basket. So there's one other thing we should add to that. We should add the membership. All you've got to do is click on that button. It adds your membership right down at the bottom of your basket, just £5 for the year. And then watch what happens. We get another 10% off, another $9.50. Oh my goodness, on this basket we're saving $92.96. It's free delivery because we've gone over £30, and your order total, well, you're saving more than you're spending, and you're getting that free delivery that you can see there. It really is a great way to shop with us here at YouGarden. As we saw there, free gift, free delivery over £30, and make sure you join that club as we just showed you to get that 10% off. Now, let me remind you of some of your favourites so far. You can keep shopping with us right through till 1 o'clock. Then we'll take a little break, but we'll be back at 2 through till 4 with even more deals. Now, your Pansy Cool Wave, garden ready. These are one of those buy one, get one frees we were talking about. 40967 is the item number. Pansy Cool Wave, the most prolific flowers, taking you all through the winter seasons. Purples, yellows, lilacs, that lovely winter white that you see there. Buy one, get one free. $14.99. You put one in your basket, use the code YGTV40, we'll put another one in there for you, and it'll be free, and your postage is included there. So whether it's pots, planters, whether you want to make your own hanging baskets, as you can see here, the Cool Wave are going to be flowering all through the winter for you. Next up, more garden ready. We've got the lobelia, but the Queen Victoria are stunning. As I say, my mother-in-law's got them in the garden. When we planted them, I loved the foliage just to begin with, because it's a lovely dark, deep red foliage, and then the stems grow through up to about 90 centimetres, really tall, and then you've got this stunning red flower on the top. These are half price. You're going to get 10 garden ready plants for £7.50. Remember, if you go over £30, you'll get free delivery as well. 410122. Speaking of garden ready, speaking of 10 plants, and speaking of half price, the erigeron Sea of Blossom is the same. These lovely daisy-like flowers can be standalone flowers. They're great fillers. You want to fill areas where you don't want the weeds to come through. These will be fabulous. It's not two different colourways. You get one colour this that changes the colour into that. Starts off in the white and goes into that lovely pinky purple that you can see there. $7.50 is your price there. Again, great deal for garden readies, half price. 410120 is your item number on that one. An essential for the garden as well as the compost, I would say, is the strulch. It's a brilliant mulch to mulch everything and give your garden a winter duvet if you like, but this is also a slug deterrent, a natural slug deterrent. It's a mineralized straw. Put it on your beds and your borders, top of your pots and your planters. 9 kilo bag here, so it's a really substantial size. $22.99. Postage is included. 100,086 is your item number. Keep those slugs and snails away and give your garden that winter duvet. Next up, let's take a look at more plants for you. We have got, no, not plants, planters, and this is great value once again. These planters, you're going to get 10 for $14.99. These are the Alhambra planters. It's a multi-pack. They're 20 centimeters. If you're going for any of our garden ready plants, then there's half price deals, and these will be great to plant up in there. $14.99 gets you 10 of them. UV resistant, frost resistant. They've got drainage holes built into them, a little rim around the outside, so they're easy to pick up and move around the garden. They'll be great along a pathway. They'll be great for you to plant up gifts to give to people, especially if you're going for the half price on the garden ready. Get some compost, get those, and you're good to make at least 10 gifts because you've got 10 of those planters for $14.99. 130470. Bare roots, just want to mention these quickly. The geranium potentilla mix. You get 6 bare roots. Don't be afraid of bare roots if you've not done them before. Just make sure you give them a good water, ideally soak them overnight, and then get them planted, whether it's in pots and planters or whether it's in your borders. They're called the festival mix because of the colour. Look at the purple and the lilac and the pink and the yellow and the white and the red. A great festival mix for you at $14.99 with your postage included. 580039. $14.99 postage included, but remember, if you've got anything with postage, if you're going for any of those bigger items, if you go over £30, you get everything delivered for free, which we love with the deal we've got going on this week for you. And you're going to get your bulbs included with every single order. Now, speaking of bulbs, and speaking, not of bulbs, of deals. See, I'm running out of words now. We're getting towards the end. The words are diminishing.
We're not far off.
The words are diminishing. Deals, not bulbs. Well, though we do have bulbs. There's the bulbs. If you go for this next deal, you buy one, you get 2 free. How does that work? You buy one, you get 2 free.
Yes, you
That's
do.
a new slogan.
I know, it's a completely new one, isn't it? Yeah, this is the allium lavender bubbles. We were talking about the allium bulb collection, weren't we? So they're normally, with alliums, they're normally done with certainly by June.
So season-wise, they've gone over.
Season-wise, they're starting to go over. I mean, they still look beautiful as they dry. The heads that you get on them still look great, but the flowers are starting to fade. This is the difference that you're getting with your allium lavender bubbles, because these wait until much later before they send up their flower stems and start flowering for you. So these are going to flower July, August, September, which is absolutely incredible if you love alliums. If you love alliums like I do, you can have alliums right the way through from spring, all the way through summer into the beginning parts of October. As you can see with these, there are still flowers on these. A couple of them are starting to go over. We're starting to get the lovely architectural look from the sort of dried flower heads that are happening, but you're still getting flowers on these now. And this is what your lavender bubbles is going to be able to give for you. It will extend your flowering season right the way through summer into the early parts of autumn as well. And this is why this one is such an exciting plant for me. Not only is it a brilliant plant, you're also getting that fabulous deal on here too.
This is where we've got to recap this. $12.99 is what you will pay. You put one in your basket, If you use the code YGTV40, we'll put another 2 in your basket.
You have to put that code in, though, otherwise you will not
matter
get
what
the
you're
2 that are
shopping
free.
for.
You won't get them.
Yeah, and whatever you're shopping for, use the code because the deals are all activated with that code. So put one in your basket, 561055, $12.99. We'll give you 2 extra. Also, these are slightly more compact than some of the other allium varieties out there. So we are only talking about 40, 50 centimetres in height. They're a little bit, they're smaller, but some of the others get really big. These are slightly smaller. Right. So it has a place in every garden, but particularly if you've got a smaller garden, this is going to really, fit well into those smaller gardens because of their size. Nice and compact, really easy to look after. Perennial, going to come back for you every single year here as well. Really, really low maintenance plant. Fabulous deal, $12.99. Brilliant deal. 3 of them for $12.99. It works out $4.33 a plant, which is brilliant. It is. Buy 1, get 2 free, as long as you use that code YG. I love how they float. TV40. Little floaters. I do. I love how they sort of float above. The stems are nice and strong. They can deal with the This is me pretending to be some winds. But yeah, it's amazing how all the weathers today. It's amazing how they do that. They're so clever, so clever. So that's your alliums. Next up, we're going to go to Garden Ready. Half price deal on this one. The erigeron. I think these are they really are a lovely standalone flower, aren't they? They are. I think they're a great standalone plant. These, if you were to plant these into pots on their own, they look absolutely beautiful. But we often talk about them as being a filler, a gap filler, and that's great too. But I feel like we're doing. Now you may be able to hear at home. We've got quite an air show going on above us, haven't we, at the moment? We have indeed. We're in the depths of Lincolnshire. We're in the potting shed. They like to fly around here. They do. Having a few. So if you can hear anything, that's what you can hear in the background. I grew up in Coningsby. Oh right. And in Coningsby they have the Battle of Britain Memorial flights. It's a big air base right there. Yeah, a lot of flyovers. I barely hear them anymore. I just get used to it. Just eradicate them. Let's talk about our erigeron a little bit more. Yeah, the erigeron is the colour change. So this has this lovely colour change effect to it. So lovely daisies on here, but what happens as the daisies age is that they turn that beautiful pink colour. In fact, we found one earlier that's got a little pink tinge to it. It's on its way, just starting to turn a little bit pink, but it gets even brighter pink with age, and it's not a different plant. It is the same plant. You just get this lovely colour changing thing going on with it. A sea of daisies. It's absolutely. That's why it's called sea of blossom, I suppose. It is absolutely. Oh, you're good. Oh, I tell you what. It's absolutely beautiful. So it's going to fill in those gaps as all plants do. Stu, yes, you're absolutely right. Before the weeds get in there. Elbow the weeds out the way. Yeah. So 50 by 50 centimetre sort of height and spread is what we're talking about. 10 garden ready plants, ground cover brilliant, drought tolerant brilliant. We say drought tolerant, but you will get more flowers if you don't allow it to dry out. So, but it is drought tolerant, so it won't shrivel up and die. That's the important thing that we're talking about here. Loves a sunny position, doesn't mind a part shade position either. I've got these growing in 3 different spots, 1 in a really sunny border, 2 in the slightly more shady borders. They're all doing brilliantly, so I don't think it's a major problem for you. And it's a perennial. It'll just keep coming back for you every single year. Royal Horticultural Society have given it their badge of perfect for pollinators. So this is one that you're not going to have to worry about. Nice. This is an easy plant for you to have in your garden. Put it in your borders, but likewise, put it in some pots all by itself. It'll look beautiful. Yep, let it get to work and you can leave it. Half price, 10 garden ready plants, just £7.50. That's the same deal on your Rudbeckia. 10 garden ready plants, half price. 410120 is your erigeron. The Rudbeckia though, I can believe, but these are so healthy, so tall, bursting to get out, aren't they? Absolutely bursting to get into the garden. Honestly, I'm trying to pick out a different plant every single time just so that you can see that they are all in excellent quality. You can see the quality of the roots. You can tell they are, there's
some strong, healthy roots there.
That
you can see from the colour.
consistency is there, isn't it?
Yeah, that consistency is absolutely there. These are ready for you to plant out in your garden, and that is what we mean about garden ready. They're ready to go into your garden. There's no potting on or growing on that you need to do with these. You can plant these out with confidence. Now is the time to get these perennials in the ground. Honestly, the ground is in really favourable conditions right now. Your Rudbeckia is going to give you, that's my Rudbeckia right there. It is a slightly different variety. That's the little gold star, and what we're bringing you today is the gold stem, but they do look very, very similar. That is one plug plant I planted earlier on this year, and look at how many flowers are on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can see 9. Loads.
A lot.
And that's going to get
just one plug plant.
One plug plant
Yeah.
that was planted out earlier this year, so it's going to get bigger and better as well because it's a perennial. It will form clumps for you. If you plant multiple of them together and plant them en masse, it's going to look absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? They don't mind a part shady position. In fact, that border that you saw, it only gets evening sun, so that's one that doesn't get a huge amount of sunshine at all. It has got the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, plus it's got the badge of perfect for pollinators. So this one is going to be a workhorse in your garden. I've planted mine and I've done nothing to it other than water it and feed it occasionally.
Left it to get to work.
I've left it to it, and it has done an absolute beautiful job. Its late season colour is what you're getting from your Rudbeckia. So once the summer flowers are fading, your Rudbeckia is just getting going, and that's the beautiful thing with that one.
And again, that's about that season round colour in the garden. So 410124 for your Rudbeckia. The lobelia, again, this is something I'm passionate about because it's in my mother-in-law's garden.
You tell him.
You've got that beautiful foliage first of all, and I think that's the thing for me that first attracted us.
Yeah.
The foliage is different, isn't it? It's got that lovely dark red, but then when the stems come up, the stems are strong, they're high, up to about 90 centimetres. When the flowers pop, look at the flower that you get here as well. And the contrast in your garden against the reds of the flowers and of the foliage means it makes everything else pop in the garden. When you've got different colours right by it, Bex has just put a green foliage plant next to it. And look at that.
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't
this is just
lovely?
one of the, so this is the Agapanthus poppin' purple that we've got here. So it's just really to show you the green foliage next to that lovely burgundy foliage. It makes both plants pop, you know, it makes each of them stand out. So it's not about having the lobelia to make the other plants stand out. It actually makes them all stand out even more. It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, I really do like that sort of dark purpley burgundy, burgundy foliage that you've got there, because it's always looking like that. But then rising up nice and tall out of this, reaching about, ultimate height of about 90 centimetres, really nice and tall, you get these gorgeous bright red scarlet. I think they look like birds of paradise. I think they look quite flamboyant flowers that you get out there, and they are bright red. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, winter hardy plant as well. Winter hardy, semi-hardy. I'd definitely put some mulch on them. Plant them out now and mulch them to make sure that you're going to get some amazing displays on here next year. 10 of those garden ready plants though. I mean, the displays you're going to get from that. Yeah, because this is one of the half-price deals, isn't it? I love that.
Yeah, and you do get great displays, even individually if you plant these, because we've dotted them around the garden, and they look great individually.
Yeah, because they do, so 90 centimetre height, sort of 60, 70 centimetre spread, so they do spread quite nicely as well. And you get multiple flower stems, don't you?
Yeah. They're lovely, they really are. Can't recommend them enough, especially at a half-price deal. So that is your lobelia Queen Victoria. And then we go to another deal for you. Rather than half price, this is a buy one get one free, or rather a buy 10 get 10 free, because it's 10 garden ready pansy cool waves. These are the winter staples, aren't they?
Winter staple, yes, absolutely top favourite product this time of year. This is one of our best sellers, and the reason is that you get so much colour, so much beauty, gorgeous scent from this all the way through the winter months, right the way through to May. You can see how many flowers are on there right now. These are going to grow so quickly. Once you get these home, and we aim to deliver within 5 to 7 days, often it's quicker than that.
Much quicker.
One of the orders I placed recently, and look at that little face. One of the orders I placed recently came with, that is so cute, isn't it? I love that little face.
It's hilarious.
It literally came next day. So, you know, sometimes the deliveries are incredibly quick. You'll plant these out and you'll be amazed how quickly they kind of multiply and spread. A 40 centimetre spread, 40 centimetre gentle trail you get from these. So these are fantastic for your hanging baskets. If you want to plant out your own hanging baskets, these are the kinds of displays that you can expect to achieve, and you'll get them very quickly, particularly if you plant these out now, because what we're getting over the next sort of month or so is pretty much assured decent weather for planting out, you know, and for plants to be able to get a good foothold, get a good root structure going on. And then you'll have these flowers all the way through till May. How amazing is that? And it's a beautiful colour combination. No worries about the kind of hardiness of these. Hardy down to about -25. Deadhead them a bit to encourage even more flowers to come through. But honestly, these pictures are attainable. This is exactly the kind of picture that you can achieve at home.
Yeah, you feed it, you water it, and it'll fill out and fill out and fill out. Especially with your Pansy Cool Wave, you just get more and more flowers.
You do.
Like we said, they are a winter essential to keep that colour in your garden, I think. That is a buy one, get one free. All you've got to do is use the code YGTV40. You put one in your basket, we'll put the other one in free of charge. 400,967. Now, garden ready are fantastic. However, if you're looking for baskets, you want garden ready baskets that are pre-planted, all you've got to do when these arrive is hang them, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So those are garden ready. These are even more garden ready.
Yes.
They're garden readier.
Yeah, we should put that on the details. Garden readier.
You don't have to do anything. And this is how they're going to arrive to you. So you get the lovely rattan baskets. They do have the chains attached, which I've got caught on the basket on the bottom there. So it's got this bit around it, which is just to help transport. You'll just cut that off and remove it and then hang it. That is it. And as Shaun says, these are the worst that they will look.
Yeah.
They are just going to keep getting better, keep filling out, get that lovely trailing thing going on. So it'll almost obscure the rattan basket in actual fact. You probably won't be able to see the rattan basket on here because it will just keep filling out for you. Flowering all the way through the winter, just like those garden ready ones for you. Lovely scent that you get from these as well. I think these are just going to give you joy, aren't they? When it's one of those cold, miserable days and you've come in home and you've got one of these hanging either side of the front door, it just gives you that little smile when you walk in, won't it?
Because the colour's always there.
I love it.
You want that brightness. $29.98 is £20 off the recommended retail price. It's for two, remember, not for one. And if you are in the club, you'll get another 10% off that price, remember. So Pansy Cool Wave, the pre-planted baskets, two for $29.98, 450155. She cannot leave this plant alone. I guess we're featuring this afternoon if we've got any left.
Yeah, this is coming back this afternoon. If there's...
It's been very popular.
I love it.
We all love it, don't we?
Has it been the most popular item, Stuart?
We're checking.
It hasn't.
Oh, he was very quick then. No.
Oh, the garden readies are doing very well. It's definitely up in the top 10 though, right? It's definitely a favourite.
There you go.
Listen, it's my favourite. I absolutely adore this one. This is my top favourite on the show today. It's my absolute top tip. I think the price of it, for the size of it, first of all, you know, this is an amazingly well-established plant. Look at that. Look how happy that is. Look at the difference of all the different leaves on there as well. I love those sort of palm-shaped leaves. I think they're really, really interesting. This is an evergreen. It's luscious. Look at the quality, the shiny leaves that you're getting on here. I think this is this is just going to be a brilliant plant for you to have in your gardens. You've got one in a pot, right?
Yep, ours is in a pot. It's in a tall pot, and the way it's grown with the pot, if you like, because the pot's quite tall itself, and then the actual Fatsia's got bigger and bigger to the point where it's really nearly as. I mean, we've had it a number of years. Yeah. It's nearly as tall as me.
Amazing. I mean, you can have this grow really big if you want to. If you're going to plant it out into your borders, 2.5 metres, height and spread is what we're talking about this can reach. My friends have got a Fatsia. I don't think it's the spider's web variety, but they've got a Fatsia in their garden, and I would suggest it's even bigger than, or certainly wider than that. Yeah. He prunes it back every now and then just to control the size of it. It seems to respond incredibly well to it. It's dramatic, isn't it? I think this is one that draws the attention. As it matures, you also get some flowers on here. You get some lovely kind of white flowers and and then you get some you get berries on here as well, so it produces they're kind of deep purple colour berries on here as it gets a bit older and matures. But the big thing for me on this is the luscious kind of glossy evergreen foliage that you get on here. I'm a big fan of making sure you've got enough evergreen plants in your garden to kind of hide the deciduous plants in your garden. I'm a big Acer fan. If you watch regularly, you'll know this. So I love having Acers in my garden, but obviously over the winter months, it can look like an Acer graveyard out there.
A little twiggy.
Because it's twiggy, you know. So yes, we need decent evergreen plants out in our gardens, and this one I think is one that's going to look fabulous all year round, always looking luscious, evergreen and gorgeous.
£5 off the usual price, it's $14.99, 510910 for your Fatsia. Garden Essential wise, got to remind you of our compost, professional premium compost that we've got. Leave it alone.
Sorry.
Professional premium compost that we've got for you. This is compost that can make a difference whatever you're growing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is for use all around your garden, inside your home as well. Seeds through to trees you can grow in here. It's got lime in here to balance out the pH. So this is what really makes this an all-round garden compost for all sorts of different plants that you have in your garden. Seeds through to trees is what we say. You can plant all of those things in here. Just not your ericaceous loving plants like your rhododendrons, azaleas, blueberries, those sorts of things, because obviously you need an ericaceous compost.
Yeah. You can get that on the website. We've got that on the website.
Yeah, it's filled with excellent ingredients, not just the lime in there, but you've got a slow release fertilizer. That's what all the little green balls are that you'll be able to see in here. We've got a wetting agent. We've got composted wood fibres in here that helps with the texture, giving it light, airy texture, allowing roots to grow, to breathe, to form really strong root balls, so that you've got the best foundation that you can possibly have. We've got 3 different types of peat in here, which have been reduced over the years. Okay, so it used to contain more peat, but obviously there's an environmental issue with that, so it's been reduced. But then it's been replaced with all these other vitally important ingredients for our plants. I mean, it's all scientifically backed in the right quantities to give you the best results, and that's what we want. If you buy cheap compost, it is a false economy, because that cheap compost is not going to have all of those beautiful ingredients that we've got in here that's going to feed your plants. It's not just about giving your plants water. They don't just want water, they want all of these other nutrients and things, and that's what this compost is going to give them, the absolute best start. And it will help to improve the texture of the soil in your gardens as well. If you're lucky enough to have great soil, then good for you. I don't.
We know. It's like having multivitamins for your compost, and that's why you get those great results. In the deal that we've got for you today, you get the 2 50-litre bags, so it's easy to move them around the garden. And the postage is included, and the deal's brilliant. It's $24.98 for 2 50-litre bags, postage included. 100-125 is your item about. My advice would be multi-order there, stock up for the winter months, so you've got the compost, so you don't run out. Bex. And multi-order whilst you can with that free postage, the postage included on your compost. Here's some reminders of some of those other essentials that we've got on the show. First of all, we're going to talk about the strulch.
Yeah, this is excellent. So strulch has a variety of different benefits. The first one at this time of year is going to be to use it as a mulch. Okay, it's really important to mulch our plants to make sure that they make it through those winter months, whether it's winter hardy or not. It's a really good habit to get into. So create that duvet, create that lovely bed for them, get some mulch and put that down, get some strulch and put that down on your beds and borders. Keep away the slugs and the snails, make your garden look tidy, help with water retention, and it will suppress any weeds coming through as well. That is a fantastic all year round product, stays effective for up to 2 years, at which point you dig it through the soil and it will improve the soil texture, and then you put some more down.
$6.99 saving, it's $22.99 the price, and your postage is included. 100-086, and remember, you use the code YGTV40, that'll activate all the promotions that we've got going on the show, whether they're buy one get one's free, where you've got additional deals. So let me remind you of the garden ready deals. Again, you need the code to get these half price deals that we've got here. First of all, with the erigeron, the Sea of Blossom garden ready plants that we've we've got for you are those beautiful daisies and masses of flowers. They're great as fillers, but they're great as standalone plants as well. You don't get two varieties. It's the white flower that changes to that pinky purple that you can see there. Half price are just $7.50 for 10 garden ready plants. 410120 is your item number there. We got the same garden ready deal on your lobelia, the lobelia Queen Victoria that we've got for you. Really nice unusual foliage. It's a lovely rich dark red, the foliage, and then the stems that grow up to about 90 centimeters, much taller than I anticipated. Then you get this beautiful red flower at the top. $7.50 half price deal as long as you use the code YGTV40. 410122 is your item number there. We got the same half price deal on your Rudbeckia. If you want a lovely cheery flower, that gorgeous rich yellow, well, that's the half price deal we've got with Rudbeckia, and you're going to get 10 garden ready plants for just $7.50 again on the half price deal. 410124. Great for the bees and the butterflies, and really attract the bees and butterflies. The way they open up, you get that gorgeous landing pad for the bees and the butterflies. We also have the same garden ready deal, half price, on the Digitalis Foxglove, the Dalmatian mix. The Dalmatian gives you that lovely speckle on the inside, those lovely little spots on the inside of the flowers. The perfect cottage garden that you've got there. 410119 for your Digitalis Dalmatian mix. $7.50 on those garden readies on the half price. Now another deal, but a little bit different, is the buy one get one free with your pansy cool waves. If you want that colour through in the garden through the winter season, these are the ones to go for. The pansy cool wave, buy one get one free. You get 20 garden ready plants there for $14.99. 400,967 is your item number for your cool wave. With your buy one get one free, as long as you use the code, we'll pop that second one into your basket free of charge. 400,967. Bulb wise, couple of reminders on your bulbs. Oh, the Tulip Paradise mix, Paradise Purple. You've got those dark purples, the lilacs, really strong stems. You've got that lovely cut design around the petals on some of your flowers, variegated. 600,245. For $9.99 you get 25, but you've got a double up deal. If you put 2 in your basket, if you use the code, you'll get 2 for $14.98. 600,245 is your item number on your tulips. And the bulb deal, well, if you want the deal of all deals when it comes to bulbs, we've got a 300 complete spring flowering bulb collection. £20 off. They come down to 4 pence each. $9.99. You've got daffodils, you've got tulips in there, you've got alliums, a great collection. 300 bulbs, but remember, with every purchase you're going to get another 60 bulbs, so you'll get 360 bulbs in total, because you get your free bulbs as well. 630,050, just $9.99 is your price there. So much to tell you about on this show. First of all, the code. Remember, you must use the code, whatever you're shopping for. YGTV40 activates all the deals. Then we've got free delivery if you spend over £30. That's your first deal. Then, if you use the code, you're going to get 60 free bulbs on top of all the savings and those fantastic offers that we've got going on for you. One of our new todays, you've loved the dragon grass that we've got, Bex. It's a really nice, unusual plant, isn't it?
I love this. It is absolutely gorgeous. When I saw this one, I need that.
On the list.
We absolutely need that on the show. It's beautiful. It's one of the few plants that we describe as black that is actually black.
Yes.
You can see there's some lovely green. I mean, it's almost luminous green, the foliage that's coming through there as the new foliage, but it turns this gorgeous black colour as well. I think it's the most unusual. I mean, it's not an actual grass though. This is the thing to point out to you. Ornamental grasses, they're very, very popular. It isn't actually, but it's very grass-like. Doesn't matter, I suppose, but just for for the pedants out there, for clarity.
Like it,
Let's
like
get
it.
that across. It's a nice compact plant as well. We aren't talking huge, maybe 20 centimetres height, but 40 centimetres spread. So this is really good as one of those ground cover plants.
Great.
I think if you've got a rockery, amazing.
Nice.
In fact, this would look great in my mum's rockery. She'd adore this one. It is pretty much indestructible. Bold statement.
Bold.
Yeah, but it is.
Oh, she's bold.
I know, I'm feeling really bold today. This is fully hardy. Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. It's quite versatile. So sun or part shade, not a problem. Drought or wet, not really a problem. So quite a versatile plant for you. Lots of different locations in your garden that you're going to be able to put this. And of course, it's going to make the other plants in your garden really stand out. Let me find something green. I'm going to get the Agapanthus Poppin' Purple again. Just because you've got that lovely kind of green foliage that's on there. Yeah. So that's the green foliage. I mean, imagine it next to flowers as well. Any colour of flower that you put next to this sort of green foliage is really going to make it stand out as well as the flower stand out. So a versatile but valuable plant for you to have in your garden because of the foliage, because of the ground cover, because of the versatility, because of the hardiness.
It just makes everything pop because of that darkness. $19.97 is your price. You'll get 3 of those in 9 centimetre pots. 560219. Now, we talked about colour. It doesn't get much more colourful than these,
It
does
really
it?
doesn't. No, this is the festival mix, not to be confused, please, with your tender bedding plants, the geranium and potentilla festival mix. This is a hardy plant, winter hardy, perennial, easy to grow. Going to put this anywhere you like, really. Borders, pots. It doesn't matter, you can put this wherever you want to. 40 by 40-ish centimetres, sort of ultimate height and spread here. Flowering May right the way through to October, so it's a really nice long flowering season, and it's a real festival of colour. Look at the variety that you're getting in there, that gorgeous mix of colour, the yellows, the purples, the lilacs, the blues, the reds. Wowzer, yes, you can see why this is called festival mix, can't you? It's going to naturalise really easily as well. You're going to get bigger and better displays going on with this. And because you've got a bare root here, these are bare roots we're talking about, it might take a little bit longer to establish, but you will get bigger, better, healthier plants from it. And this is one of the benefits of going for a bare root. Honestly, it's so fantastic. Bare roots, they tend to establish, although they take a little bit longer to establish, they establish better because you don't have like a transplant syndrome thing going on with this.
That entire journey, isn't it, from the start?
From the start, you're planting it. Whereas if you replant it from a pot or something, it's a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah, of course.
If you lift me up out of my natural habitat, I'm going to be like,
what
are you doing? I didn't like it there.
The bare root thing.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of bare roots.
No, please don't be afraid of bare roots. Honestly, it's actually quite easy to deal with a bare root.
They're very unusual looking when they arrive.
They do look a bit, I mean, it looks weird. I get it. It does. It looks really, really odd. All you're going to do when you get these home, so you do need to treat them. You need to do something with them as soon as possible after you get them home. Okay, so take them out the bag and soak them in some water. Get a bowl, get a jug, soak them in some water for a good few hours, 3-4 hours overnight if you can, and then you're going to plant them out. You're going to plant them out in some of our premium professional compost because it's the best, and you're going to plant them just below the surface, a few centimetres below the surface. That's it. Water them in, keep an eye on them. You know, if you get, because obviously these aren't going to flower till next year, so you won't see any growth from these until next year. If we have a particularly dry winter, you might need to water them occasionally. It's always good to feed our plants over the winter as well. Get some of our blooming fast fertilizer, you know. Not as often as you do in the summer, but occasionally it definitely helps. And that's it. Then you'll see that wonderful new growth coming up in the spring and summer months, and you'll get this amazing festival mix, and you'll get it every year, bigger and better for years to come.
And we have been waiting for that. It's in stock. You've loved it. It's been one of the favourites. Now, we're going to stick with bare roots. We haven't featured this today. The Peony Bowl of Beauty.
Yeah, so this is another bare root. Looks a little bit different. It's a bit more like a stick, this. A bit more like a twig. Yeah. That's your bare root. I mean, can you imagine something like that is going to turn into that absolute gorgeous beauty? This is the incredible thing that I just enjoy so much out of gardening. It's incredible, isn't it? Something that ugly turns into that. It's like the ugly duckling thing that happens. So yes, that bowl of beauty, and it's called the bowl of beauty because what you get out of these are huge, up to 20 centimetre, that's 8 inches in diameter flowers. It looks like 2 flowers. It looks like those beautiful bright pink petals.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
description.
That pink bowl is just cradling that lovely yellow flower. It's like a bowl for it. I think it's gorgeous. You can plant these into your borders. You can put them into pots, but it is going to be metre by metre. So if you are putting it into a pot, just be aware of the size that it's going to reach. It shouldn't need too much staking because they're quite robust. They're weatherproof. But if you're going to put it into a more exposed area, then yes, you might need to think about excuse me, a stake in order to hold those up. You'll get multiple flowers per bare root here as well. It's not just one flower per bare root.
Okay.
And again, this is one that's going to naturalise. It's one that's going to get bigger and better every single year as well. So this is a wonderful thing about bare roots. Not only are they a more cost-effective way of gardening, but also you do tend to get bigger, better, healthier plants. They take a bit longer to establish. Yep. Not long, but a little bit longer. But you do get bigger and better plants from them.
Beautiful flowers there. So your bowl of beauty, 580006. Do start checking out everything that we've got for you. We're coming towards the end of the show. The garden readies that we've got on the show, we've got half price deals. We've got buy one, get one free deals, but you've got to use the code to activate all of those deals. YGTV40 is that code for this week. Now we're going to finish with another beautiful plant. If you want instant architecture, you want greenery in the garden all year round, but you want that Mediterranean feel, that's what you get here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean this is definite holidays. We've seen these when, if you're lucky enough to go to some nice, lovely hot countries. Yep. I haven't been for a while. Maybe next year.
Soon.
Next year. If you've been to some of those lovely hot countries, you'll have seen these growing, and this is instant impact in your gardens because it is buy one, get one free. Just picking it up so you can see the size of what we're talking about here. 2 of these delivered direct to your door. You have to put that code in, YGTV40. If you don't, you won't get the free one. You'll only get one delivered. And what's the point in that, hey? This is definitely a plant that you're going to want in pairs. I think this is going to look excellent either side of a door, either side of the conservatory, either side of your pergola, your seating area. The wonderful thing about your Phoenix canariensis palm is that it is evergreen. It will always look like this. It's not like, because it loves the hot weather, but it survives really well here.
It's
but
good,
you'd think that maybe it wilts a bit during the winter months. No, it looks this good all
year round, isn't it?
Round.
Yeah, I was
it's
amazed.
Absolutely brilliant.
It is, as Bex just said, a buy one, get one free deal, but you won't get the second one unless you use the code. We'll put the second one into your basket for you. Code this week, YGTV40, 680005 is your item number. Buy one, get one free. They work out £10 each.
It's excellent value, honestly. I mean, this is why gardening at this time, or shopping for gardening stuff at this time of year, you can really get some decent bargains going on. And it is a really good time of year to be gardening, to be planting out perennial plants. The ground is in really good condition. Getting a pair of these is, a fantastic way to transform a space. Doesn't matter if you've got a big garden. Yes, these can reach really great heights if you want to, slow growing. So you can plant them out into borders and they can get meters high if you want to. But if you've got a smaller space, if you've got a balcony, or you just want them as patio plants, you can restrict the size. You can plant them into pots, even a pot this size. It'll be fine in here for a few years before you'd need to pot it on, and then you'll restrict the size of it as well.
Now, whatever you're shopping for, we're coming towards the end of this live show. However, Bex and I will be back at 2 through till 4 p.m. this afternoon.
Yes, we will.
We got
couple
some
of new
newness
plants to bring out for you. Yeah, got some new ones.
Sneaky peek, sneaky.
Nope.
No? Okay, top secret. New stuff coming up at 2 o'clock. If you want the Fatsia, I'm just hearing, check out before Bex has a break, because we want to make sure that you get it before Bex gets it, to be honest. And make sure you take advantage of the deals. Use the code YGTV40. You'll get free postage on orders over £30. You'll get 60 free bulbs with every order. That's great, isn't it?
It's honestly, I love this free gift thing that we're doing. We can't guarantee that we're going to be able to bring it to you for every single show, but we've certainly brought it it back for today. I think it's brilliant that you get, with purchase, 60 free bulbs included. If you're not going to use them, don't worry about it. Still put the code in, make sure you get all of those offers and give the bulbs to somebody else who's going to use them.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to you.
My pleasure.
Lovely advice,
Go and
as
get some
always.
lunch, shall we?
Yes, we'll have a quick sandwich, maybe a bit of cake.
Whoa.
And we'll be back at 2 o'clock. So we hope to see you this afternoon. See you in a bit.
Bye.